Okay. I'm back. This is insanity. Total fucking insanity. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take, so we will okay, hold on a second. Let me see if this is still up. Otherwise, I probably should have did this before I went live. Hours ago. Okay. Do. Hey, Pugs. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not. It's. Oops. Sorry. Hold on a second. Everything's fine. It was just a little craziness going on, but it's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I just wanted to call my cousin back. She was texting me, so we just had to discuss something, and then we're fine now. It was just a little craziness, but anyway, all right. Yeah, I'm back. I figured I'll come back because I thought we would. I didn't know if we were going to be on the phone for a while, so it was a quick phone call for the most part. Anyway, Anichlis. So yeah, I was going to finish up talking about this. Hey, Alicia. Wendy this is so weird. Does this happen to anybody else creator wise? Somebody comments on your videos and then like you can't reply to their comment for some reason, but then like other people can. I don't understand that. I'm like, how does that work? How is somebody else able to reply to somebody's comment, but I'm not? Because I just I just saw in my notifications that Wendy V commented on my video. She's like, oh, this is all so hilarious or something like that. Only it was like, this is all hilarious. Get me a beer, bitch. You know, it was probably more like that. But I'm like, well, I'm glad you find this funny and entertaining. But for some reason, I couldn't reply to her comment. Like, it doesn't give me the option. And I don't know if that's because, like, maybe she has me blocked or something like that. I think her bitch ass does, actually, now that I think about it. I think she does. But I'm like, okay, I'm glad you find this funny. Like, it is funny. You're absolutely right. I mean, I have to kind of agree with her that this is all kind of funny. It is. You know, how ridiculous Laura is acting. Like, you can't not laugh at it because it is absolutely fucking ridiculous. You know, Laura's trying to suck us all into her fucking bullshit and all this other nonsense. You know, like, how do you not laugh at this? It's fucking YouTube. Like, it's so ridiculous at this point in time. All of it. It's all fucking ridiculous, dude. Because really, all it is people talking shit at the end of the day. It's fucking words, you know? So, like, who gives a fuck, honestly? It is funny. I mean, I laugh at it. I have to laugh at it because what else am I going to do? What, am I going to cry about it? No, I laugh at it. So, I'll agree with her there. It's because you blocked MM. Yeah, no, it has to be because I don't have her blocked. I forget that woman even exists. Like, not to be, I'm not trying to say that to be mean. It's just like she's not somebody that I think of, you know, like, or pay attention to. So I forget she exists unless she comes over here and fucking tags me or comments on my shit, which she normally doesn't. So I was actually kind of surprised to see her there. But, you know, everybody out there is thirsty, so they need fucking attention. I get it. But yeah, it's most likely because she blocked me. So, right, hold on a second. I'm gonna log on to my laptop real quick. I don't know what happened. There was like an ambulance and shit at my neighbor's house, and I hope everything's okay. They came and left so quickly that I don't even know if they took anybody in the ambulance. It was really weird. But hopefully everything's okay. I was listening to your other live at 1.5. Oh, all right. Shit, you're going to have to go back, B, first. Just, you know, I was just reiterating why, you know, I'm happy that I didn't take a fucking truce with Laura because the way she reacted to people, you know, hold on a second. All right. I can never avoid this noise. Sorry about that. The way she reacted to people just like saying, yeah, no thanks, Laura, is unbelievable. You know, talk about triggered when she's trying to like act like everybody else was so triggered over her. It's like, Laura, dude, you fucking listen to yourself. Go back and listen to your live, dude, and listen to how fucking angry you sound. And I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I listened to the little clip from it, but I did want to play, and I hope, Alicia, I hope you don't mind, but I wanted to play when Laura came up on Alicia's last night because I want to show you guys the difference between the personalities, okay? The fucking, the way she's talking about everybody only a few hours before, and then the way she comes up on stream here, acting like no big deal, you know, everything's cool. I'm an innocent victim. Hold on. Let me just fast forward to the part where she comes up on chat. I didn't think anybody was expecting that. And if I wouldn't have woken up my whole family last night screaming, I probably would have fucking went up on the panel. But I know that there's no way I would be, you know, capable of talking to Laura without raising my voice because she just does not know how to have fucking normal conversations like an adult with people. So hold on a second. I just wanted you guys to see the fucking difference here of the way she, you know, from the shit that I just played till now. And how she's up here gaslighting and trying to make it like she's the sole fucking victim here. And, you know, yeah, she didn't contribute to this any way, shape, or form. It's all because she took a wrench away. And listen to how she talks. Oh, hold on. Ah, I have to say that was the best part of the fucking whole thing was Jules putting her in her fucking place and Laura just sitting there like a bitch, not fucking saying a word back to her. Oops, hold on. Am I sharing this? Hold on. Ugh. Hold on a second. Sorry. Let me share this. I think Laura did want people to go after her, you know, but again, that's just my opinion. She doesn't have to agree with it.
So
Okay.
that's one thing I want to clear up. Second thing, when she first started all this BS about I called the police department, I asked my police department. Not one report has ever been made.
No.
Nobody's ever called them in reference to, you know, how horrible I am or all this other nonsense. There was no robbery.
So what Laura's basically saying here is that all the real life shit that she keeps claiming Tropical Gal did to her actually never happened.
Every single thing this woman says is a lie. Jen B, from what I was told, never made videos about her. Like literally every single thing this woman says is a lie. And
well, I know that if she made a report with her police department.
Did Laura ever take into account that maybe this woman's trolling her? You know what I'm saying? People do that on the internet. Just saying.
They would notify you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
She talks about how I'm going to court. Okay, so where's my court date? Right. Where's my paperwork? And I keep begging her, give me your lawyer's name. If you have
where are you begging her, Laura?
A lawyer, please give me their name so I can contact them.
Right.
And there's never anything. And just every single thing she says is a lie.
No, she's lying. She's full of shit.
She's done it to Quinny. She's done it to Queen B, to Jen B. She's, as soon as you don't like her or as soon as you do something to her, all of a sudden you're this, you're that. And it's not just like.
Doesn't that kind of sound like Laura? I mean, is kind of describing herself. As soon as you disagree with Laura or as soon as you don't like something that Laura says, what does she do? She starts going after you, calling you fat, calling you a pedo, whatever the fuck she says, fucking saying that, you know, oh, no, now I know why your family doesn't talk to you. Like, you know, your teeth are fucked up. You're ugly. You don't show yourself on camera. Like, doesn't that kind of sound like her a little bit? Sounds like she's describing herself here.
Like, someone's harassing me for 2 years.
See, all right, dude, I don't, like, the word harassing is a little extreme, Laura. The girl's not contacting you, you know? She's not fucking contacting. If you look up the definition of harassing or the legal definition, it's like the person has to like repeatedly contact you, you know, and she's not doing that. She's just making videos. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a form of kind of harassing, but she's definitely, as far as I know, she hasn't contacted Laura. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's repeated unwanted contact, and I don't think that she's contacting Laura. Is she making repeated videos about her on YouTube? Yeah, but you know, I don't think she's like forcing the videos on Laura. Just like, you know, there's people that make videos about me here and repeatedly, okay, and like I just ignore him because it's like, I don't know what else I could really do about it. You know, there's really not much more I could fucking do about it. And this person repeatedly tries to contact me by tagging me in every fucking video that they do. And, you know, like they at me so that I get a notification about it. They want me to see it, you know, and I don't see it because I don't pay attention to it. But they still try. And I've asked them to stop. You know, I'm like, listen, I don't care if you want to make videos about me, but stop trying to get my attention and contact me. But they just don't, like, they can't compute. They can't get that through their fucking heads. That like, I don't want to speak with you or acknowledge you. Like, they don't understand that. So that's kind of harassing, but like, I don't know if that's going on in this situation, but
Blatant lies.
But again, like, the only way, like, if I seriously wanted it to stop, I would have to just like log off YouTube. And even then the person might continue making videos about me. But like, I know that the situation's not under, like, there's nothing I can do to stop this person, really. And does it suck? Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, you mean like the blatant lies?
This was so funny how Jules' voice just like pops out of nowhere. I wasn't like watching the screen, so like her voice just came on last night and I was like, what the fuck? What happened?
You tell you haven't threatened people with a gun on here?
With her.
You haven't threatened people with a gun on.
Laura has actually threatened people with a gun. Now that I think about it, she threatened, like, I forget what it was. It was someone with kids, but she definitely like said that her kids had a gun a couple of years ago. Like, she's made references to guns more than once on here.
On here, Laura?
Mitch, did you
I'll
find
shoot the car up. I'll shoot the car up if they die. Oh, well. Look at Laura, Grandma Laura on here talking about her importance because she's got a little tiny YouTube channel in a nothing-ass sector. Listen, Laura, you need to get it through your thick skull that this shit here ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't never been shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit. You're a liar. Your reputation precedes you. I know you're embarrassed about that, but lying your fucking ass off about it is not helping you. It's making it worse. Like, really take my fucking advice. It's going to help you, not hurt you. This bitch on here talking about
Crickets.
Oh my God, she threatened me. Bitch, that's all you ever do. Pull up Jules, right? I never said I was pulling up on anybody. You said that.
No. What she said was pull up. That's why she got the name Pull Up Jules, because she was telling other people to pull up on her. That's what she was saying. She was telling people, calling them out, saying, pull up, bitch, pull up. That's where the name came from.
And
she never threatened to pull up on anybody, though. She never actually threatened to pull up on people. It was the other way around. She was telling people to pull up on her. She was challenging people. Oh my goodness. All right.
I told you, pull up. The fuck you at, bitch? Told you I'd pay for that whole trip. I know you're a broke bum bitch. What's good? Pull the fuck up, right? Told Makeup Mobster last week you were going to do it to her.
That she did.
Hello?
Hold on. Yeah, that's about all Jules got back.
I got your fucking tongue.
I don't think she's gonna fight back with you.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I know she's not, because she can't say fucking shit. She knows I'm gonna pull up all the fucking clips that she's about to lie about and say she never said or did, because she knows I got them right there on fucking hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're her words. They're not out of context like she likes to tell people they are. I know she's a slow bitch, but reality check. Not everybody is an idiot like you. The other ones, the rest of them they're all in your fucking side chat, your echo chamber. Somebody come get your grandma off the fucking internet. Come get your grandma.
That's all I hear.
Hello? You got something to say now, bitch? I'm right fucking here. Of course not.
She said if you were coming up, she was coming up.
I
So-
sure the fuck did. I would clap my ass cheeks for her, but I don't want to give Alicia a strike. But I could surely come on your panel. That will be the only way I ever come into your funky ass. Oh, but that's right. She blocks me. All the people she talks shit about and says, come take a link. You can't come take a link because she blocks you. And if she does, you know what happens. She'll scream and cry and boot you. Go get your narc supply from your fucking echo chamber, you bum bitch. I'm fucking real. I don't know how somebody could run around YouTube, a public platform, and just air out their whole funky ass like that. Like, bitch, we fucking know better. It's out of your mouth. I know you like to say it's out of context. It's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Reality check. But this is what happens when, you check her. Crickets.
I think she was.
Not a word. Not a fucking word.
Is just coming up here to.
And she can't control the fucking situation by muting people and shit and kicking them off her panel. This is what happens.
Talk about.
I don't give a
It's like, hello, microphone on. What's going on, Laura?
fuck what she wanted to talk about. It's all bullshit anyway. Tell me it's not. Tell me right now that this motherfucker ain't 95% bullshit. Please. Because I'm definitely enjoying the laugh. You guys know I love to be a clown.
Yeah, she went completely fucking off the grid, radio silent. Imagine she was like yelling and we just couldn't hear her because she like muted herself. I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. I'm actually surprised that Laura didn't even fucking say a word here. Like, because normally she'll just scream over you and like just be ignorant, so that like people can't hear what you're trying to say about her. But I'm actually surprised. Like, I feel like there was some technical difficulties going on over there. Like she got flustered and accidentally muted herself or something.
Not a Laura type clown. I'm talking about clowning on the fucking clown. Look at her picture. Laura, what the fuck's going on in that picture anyway? You look like you're trying to shit out some of those boiled peanuts. Nasty bitch.
Where's the response?
Yeah, crickets. Exactly. That's what I thought. Well, then you know what? I'm going to get down since, this bitch is a puss. She can't say shit. But I'm glad you let me up here, Alicia, because, well, everybody now got to see. They got to see it.
I'm sorry, but this will go down in history, like in my heart, okay, as like one of the greatest moments of all time because she literally shut her up, which is not fucking easy to do.
This was fun. All right, I'm going to get down. And I guarantee you when I get down, Grandma Laura will have a whole lot of shit to say. She'll have a whole mouthful of shit. Please do, because I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Okay.
Hello.
Alicia doesn't know what to do because she's trying to stick to her word. So she's trying to, not fuel this.
Oh.
Kind of hard position to be in,
Hey,
All right.
I don't fight with ghetto trash. Sorry. So anyway,
that's her response. I don't fight with ghetto trash. Yeah, Laura. Okay. Yeah.
what I was saying is every single thing that girl says is a lie. from the police to her husband to the doxing. That's the other thing. Talking about doxing, I never even doxed her. All I did was show her house.
All right. Let me just say something here. I can't say for sure whether, Ballet Babe, whatever, Tropical Gal is lying or isn't lying, because I've never seen proof either way, right? So to be fair, I haven't seen proof either way. Does the story sound a little far-fetched? In my opinion, it does, because it's just like, first of all, I just, knowing Laura, dude, she ain't paying for nobody to do nothing, because Laura just can't afford to do that. I mean, she was just on a live the other day that Alicia played on her panel, right? I'm at the park with my son. He's like running around and I'm listening to this shit. And I'm like, Laura's like e-begging because, her fucking car is broke down and it's leaking oil, which, by the way, Laura's not a good sign. But just a little tip, when you got your last oil change, they might not have tightened up your fucking oil filter. So you might want to roll under the car if you could fit, okay? And fucking just tighten that bitch up. It's pretty easy. You might need to go to Walmart though and buy a little $8.99 fucking wrench that wraps around oil filters, because it's kind of hard to get your hand in there. But anyway, that could be a reason. But if it's not your oil filter being untightened, because that's not a good sign, girl. You shouldn't be losing oil from your car. That it shouldn't be coming out of your car in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, so she's like, I don't know, is there a quick fix? Like, again, because she doesn't want to pay to have it done the right way. She's like, let me just do this. And then she's talking about splitting a car with her fucking like 15-year-old son, making him pay for it. I'm like, oh my God, dude, she's unbelievable, Laura. Like, really. I mean, so do I think that she's going to have money to pay? And I'm not saying that wouldn't be an expensive fix, because anything with the engine is always expensive. But my whole point being is, like, I don't think she has the money to spare to pay somebody to like rob somebody or do anything like that. And to be quite honest with you, I don't even think Laura would do that. As fucked up and stupid as she is, I just don't even think, I can't imagine her coming up with a plan like that. She's just not going to do something like that. So yeah. So do I tend to lean towards, not believing this story because of those reasons? I mean, yeah, because I don't know. At the same time, I don't know why this woman's saying this. And like, she's always consistently, from what I've heard, told the same story. And, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know either way. But, in my opinion, does it sound like a weird story? Yeah, it doesn't. It sounds a little strange. I'm not going to lie. Maybe, and this is just my opinion, and if this upsets her and upsets anybody else, I feel like maybe she was trying to teach Laura a lesson, and she kind of just made this story up to try to like show Laura that her actions of doxing people and shit could lead to a dangerous situation, maybe, and all right, that's, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That's just the theory I came up with, but I don't know. I really don't. I also think that, like most people on here, when you get doxed, you really don't want to confirm the dox, so maybe she, there's probably a few things going on there. And it got carried away, in my opinion. I think she got a little carried away with the story. And it's like, once you commit to something like that, you're going to have to stick with it. You can't turn around now and say it's not true. But nevertheless, I don't think a lot of people believe her anyway. So, like Laura's getting all upset about this, but it's like, Laura, nobody's like, I don't hear people repeat. In other words, like, I don't hear other people validating the story and being like, yeah, I believe that Laura did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the majority of us know that Laura would never be able to afford to pay somebody to rob somebody else. So like, it's like, whatever. Like, I don't know what the real story is. And I'm not saying she's lying, because I don't know. And I haven't seen proof either way. But if you're going to make a claim like that, and you're going to keep going on about it, you probably should cough up some, some type of proof at some point in time, because it isn't fair to sit there and, accuse somebody of doing something like this when it's not real, and you have no proof of it. So, I understand in that sense. Okay. Stop making the story up, or stop talking about it. Then if it's really like this legal issue, then you should probably just stop talking about it online, but I don't know. The whole thing sounds a little sketchy to me, but I don't know. I don't know.
But I never said where it was, never said where she lived. And this was after 2 years of.
Right. Laura said it was imaginary, Nornie. So like, that's the other thing. Like, so Laura wants us to, it's like fucking, what do they call that? confirmation bias. Is that what it is? No. I can't think of the word right now. It's like, when you have like two conflicting thoughts, it's like, like Laura, you can't think this, Laura. You can't think that, your life is in danger, but then at the same time think that the person's imaginary and made up. Like that doesn't make sense.
Of harassment. I was like, wow.
Mhm.
And the next thing you know, someone's house got robbed. And as you know, the story changed 1,500 times.
I've heard this story repeated many times and I really haven't heard it change very much. Like it's kind of always been the same story, is that Laura doxed this woman, okay? And after the woman was doxed, the house got robbed, and somehow she connected that to YouTube, and I don't know how, because you would think if she connected it to YouTube, then she must know who robbed the house, right? Because that would just make sense. So yeah, there's some holes in the story for sure, but I don't know how much it's changed. I mean, I don't listen to every single one of her videos, so I really don't know.
Mhm.
Whatever.
All right. So debunk that whole accusation. Just find out from that jurisdiction where that house is located if there was a robbery reported.
And I'll say from Laura's perspective, okay, it is infuriating when somebody's telling a lie on you that you can't like disprove, like, because it's just like Molly GoLightly saying that I drove by her house. Dude, I can't prove that I didn't drive by her house. So it's either you're just gonna have to take my word for it, and believe me. I mean, she's even said that I denied it to Laura. That's because it didn't happen, because I was friends with Laura at the time when I was down there. I denied it to Tiffany. That's true too. Well, although I don't know if me and Tiffany were still friends at that point in time. So like, people know that I didn't do it, right? And she's acknowledged that, but she's still pushing the lie, and she comes up for a reason why I denied it to them. Like, and again, I can't prove that I didn't drive by the woman's house, unless I had a camera with me the whole time I was down in fucking Hershey. Like there's no way for me to disprove it. Just like there's no way for me to disprove that I didn't write an obituary on her, on fucking Kim's, I didn't write Kim's obituary. She's been saying that for years, and it's like, I can't disprove that. So I understand from that sense where it's like, it's kind of annoying where you can't disprove it. But at the same time, like, if you're stupid enough to believe that I would do that, then I really don't fucking care what you think. Like, if you want to believe that I fucking wrote an obituary, like, okay, go ahead and believe it, dude. Like, I can't help that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, it's not that fucking big of a deal.
There was not.
Okay, well then prove that, and that'll prove that she's fucking bullshitting all of YouTube just on that.
Well, she had said, okay, we were going to go that route. And what happened was she had said that the house, which is the one I allegedly doxed, wasn't hers and wasn't, wasn't hers and she lives like 4 hours from this woman. So I was like, okay, well, there's no robbery. She's going to say it was the other house. She's going to say it was a different house.
Mm-hmm.
So there was really no like getting around it.
Yeah.
Like, if she's going to lie about this and she's going to lie about that, then she's going to lie about this and she's going to lie about that.
Did she call your insurance agency?
I don't know. According to my insurance company, no.
See, this is funny, right? Because Laura has been insisting that this woman called her insurance agency. She says it all the time. Oh, she called my insurance. And now she's like, I don't know if she did. According to my insurance, she didn't.
But it doesn't mean she didn't try. Like, they wouldn't have record if she tried.
Here's the thing. How would Ballet Beeb or Tropical Gal, whatever, I don't even know what to call her anymore at this point. How would she know Laura's insurance company to call it? You would have to know what type of insurance Laura had, and that's like virtually impossible. So I mean, right there should tell you that that didn't happen, because like it's impossible to know what type of insurance somebody has.
Pride kind of thing.
Did she threaten to call your mom?
No, that was Pugs. Pugs actually called my mom.
Okay. All right. So Pugs actually called.
Yes, Pugs actually called
Or
a couple
so Laura
years ago.
says. So Laura says.
Have you ever, wait, hold on. Let me just look at who's commenting. So sorry. I've never seen you in my chat before. Whoever for that name. Wait, let me just hold on. I can't even make the name out. something with a flower on the side right
Right.
here. Let me just go to this right here.
I'm not looking at chat, so I don't know.
I've never seen you in my chat before. Why do I have to answer why Laura's here?
I don't know if Laura's just ever thought of the possibility that, like, you know, Tropical Gal's trolling the shit out of her, you know?
Here. My friends are not even questioning that. But you're coming at my chat, wanting to know why Laura's here? You can see your fucking way out. Bye. Fuck out of here. People that are just coming out of the woodwork, you know?
To Alicia, I just have to put this out there because I saw you getting really frustrated last night. I mean, you got to kind of expect this, you know, the backlash of people coming in your chat and being like, what the fuck do you have Laura up here for? You know, because one day you're not cool with her and then all of a sudden she's up on your panel. You know, people are going to be like, what the fuck? I mean, that just kind of comes with the territory on here.
That never come in my chat, want to question it.
Of course. Because it's me.
Right. Well, so she's never contacted anybody in your family. Nobody.
I don't know. No one in my family. But as
So all this time, Laura's been, you know, claiming that this lady went real life on her, but here she is saying like, no, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, she didn't do this.
far as insurance, as far as like, there may be things she called that I don't know about.
Mhm.
Like she claimed that she called this one and she claimed she called that one, but I have
Okay.
to double check.
All right. So she claimed, because that's what
Yeah.
I said on Queens. She claimed that she called your insurance agency, right? And then
Yes.
that's when you contacted someone in her family afterwards, right?
No, yeah, it was like a year later. I recently contacted someone in a family because I finally said enough is enough and I want to take her to court, but I can't take her to court if I don't exactly know who she is.
So Laura's been really irresponsibly doxing the wrong fucking person this whole time. Her, Capone, all of them, they've been doxing the wrong person. They've been saying the wrong name this whole time. Even though she's like she's insisted that she had the right person this whole time. Now she doesn't know, and that's why she called. That don't make sense, Laura. That don't make much sense. Girl, you're slipping.
Because she's always denying who she is. She's always saying, oh, that's not me, and she's got the wrong person, and blah, blah, blah. So, and I went to Jim Terry. This is how this whole thing started. Was a year, whenever Jim Terry first met Molly, he was on Molly's panel, and he was like, if anybody ever wants me to look up, you know, anyone for them, I will do it for free.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what, Voices, find out if this is, like, I have her phone number. Find out if this is.
See, now, if Laura really wanted to know who this woman was for her own safety, like she says she did, then fine. Find out who you are. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Find out who she is for your own, you know, reasons or whatever. But that's not why. We all know why Laura went and tried to get her information. She just wanted to dox her to scare the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? Which, okay, Laura, well, you know, that's not fucking what you're saying here, though. You're trying to make it like you went in there for like innocent reasons, but that's not really what happened because we all know you doxed her. Several
Connected to who I think it is. So Voices connected me with Jim Terry. It's how I started talking to Jim and looked her up. He found the exact same information that I did, which was she was this person and she did live at this place.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, so I know it.
let me just put this out there. Laura already, you know, put this out there. So she's lying again about this. She had her phone number. And so all you need is somebody's phone number or something like that, their email address, plug that shit into Google and bam, you got the rest of their fucking information. You know, you could get their Facebook page. You could get a lot of information just from having somebody's phone number. So she already had her information before she reached out to Jim Terry.
It's her. So then right after that, the whole robbery story started. So I'm like, how am I going to take this bitch to court? She's fucking psychotic. And I just kind of let it go, as I did for a very long time. And then a year and a half later, she doesn't stop. Then
Laura didn't completely let it go though, because every, you know, she might ignore it for like a couple of days and then she'll come on and be like, fucking psychopath, psycho babe, and come on and, you know, start escalating things and adding fuel to the fire. See, like the way she's telling this story is like Laura was in the background not responding in any way, shape, or form, and not fueling this in any way, shape, or form. She was just innocently going about this in the background. Like, that's not the fuck how this went down, though, dude.
Then the apology happened. She wanted an apology. So I gave her an apology that I got something maybe wrong or maybe twisted, whatever. I thought it was going to end. Nope. Then it just escalated. So I contacted her. I looked, to find out who the.
And hold on. And in the meantime, let me just add this. Laura's people are in this woman's comments constantly trolling her, threatening her. I've seen it with my own fucking eyes, so she can't deny it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Capone's in there, and all these people are in there, adding more fuel to the fire and escalating things and making things worse with her. So, like, see, again, I'll use my own situation with somebody who's does this to me, okay, where I don't have my friends going over there and trolling her chat, okay? I tell my friends, don't send me, I don't care about this girl. I don't want to, my friends don't send me screenshots. They don't look at her channel, and they don't escalate or make the situation worse for me in any way, shape, or form. Nobody's over there arguing with her or fucking trying to dox her or anything like that.
Who was connected to her. Finally, like, I wrote other people. Nobody wrote me back. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Maybe it's not her. So then I found her ex-sister-in-law, who I didn't know was her ex-sister-in-law, but she actually wrote me back. And I said, can you just go to her channel and just confirm this is her so I know that this is her?
And so again, Laura admits that this robbery story happened after Laura doxed her. So again, Laura doxing her escalated the situation.
She went to her channel. She said, yes, I haven't spoke to her in years, but she's very mousy, and I'm pretty sure that's her.
And here she is again. If Laura was so scared for her fucking life, why would you jump up on another fucking panel and start giving out more personal information about her? It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
I said, thank you. And that is why I contacted the sister-in-law. But in the interim, sister-in-law told me she's crazy and that she has no real kids. She has no kids of her own. The only kids she had were stepkids. She was married for 5 years. She hated her husband.
Okay, Laura, sometimes people, when they have stepkids, they're, look at them like they're real kids.
She cut off her husband from the whole family. When he passed away, she didn't even let the family know that he passed away. And his own sister had to find out like 2 days later because she was such a witch. So that sounds just like her. And if it was a secret that I did this, I would have never said it online,
Okay, but you saying this all online, Laura, and thusly putting out more personal information about her did you no favors. So, like, again, this is where you went wrong in this situation. It's crazy.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a secret. I wasn't making it a secret. I'm sick and tired of being harassed by her. I'm sick and tired of being lied about by her. I'm sick and tired of her lies every single day. It's been 3.5 years. The worst thing I did to her was take her fucking wrench. That's it.
Another lie. Another fucking lie right there, Laura. That is not the truth. The worst thing you did to her was dox her. That was the worst thing you did to her, Laura, was put her fucking information out there. So, you keep going back to this like, oh, I just took away her wrench. No, Laura, that's what started the whole thing in the first place. Okay. And you didn't handle it back then very good. And then you continued to not handle it well. So take some responsibility.
I mean, that's what this whole thing is over.
That's where I wish somebody, and I guess it would have to be Alicia, but, again, I don't know how closely Alicia's followed this, but like somebody should have called Laura out for that in the situation. Gina, I'm not expecting Gina to, because Gina probably doesn't even know who the fuck any of these people are anyway, or any of this story. But, I mean, that's just not true the way she's presenting this story.
I took her wrench, and it's been hell ever since.
Okay.
So I just want to.
I see the material. I see the content. I see that, and I mean, she's kind of been on you before you even did that with her house. So, I mean,
And Alicia, you're right there. You're 100% right. She was on Laura before, the thing with Laura putting out her house. But at that time, it was just shit talking on the internet. Okay. It was shit talking on the internet. But then it just, as Laura started to kept trolling her and having Capone troll her. I mean, Laura even admitted to emailing her like a fake email or some shit. As that, Laura was actually sitting behind the scenes escalating the situation. Escalating it instead of trying to handle it like an adult.
I see it, I see it. And I understand because I wouldn't want it done to me. I don't think anybody here, put yourself in a creator's shoes.
I can put myself in Laura's shoes because I've had somebody do it. Alicia, you have too. The same person actually, who just repeatedly fucking makes videos about you nonstop and fucking lies and says crazy shit about you. And, Alicia handles it the same way I handle it, where it's like, she doesn't do anything to keep escalating the situation. She's not having people troll her. She's not doxing her information out. She's not fucking with her in any way. She just ignores it. And that's the best really way to handle it at this point in time, because there's nothing else we could really do to control this person.
I know a lot of people are pissed that you're on my panel, right? But they automatically gonna see, oh well, whatever, it's Laura, whatever. But think about it, if somebody made 40 videos about you.
No, see, I'm not seeing it like that. I'm seeing it like it's Laura, and Laura has escalated the situation. So she has to take some responsibility for it too. Just like, if I kept going on and on and on and on about the person that was making videos, I would expect that they would just keep making more and more videos and the situation would escalate. I know that they're just going to keep continuing to tag me and make videos in this. And Laura allows this person in her chat and fucking gasses her up all the time, but we're supposed to feel bad for her. So I know that this person, no matter what I do, they're just going to keep doing it. So like, it's either I contribute to it, right, and escalate it and just make it worse and worse and worse, and to the point where it's just going to get out of control, or I just fucking ignore it because she's only getting fucking 15 views on her videos anyway, and I really don't fucking care what she thinks about me. She's fucking crazy,
In a row. You would want to know who they are, I know I would.
I would want to know who they are, but I wouldn't, go on a live and keep putting their information out to try to get them to stop, because, a person like that, they're just not going to stop. That's just going to anger them more and make them act more crazy.
And like you said, though, not even just the videos, but you're talking, she put a target on my back that all of a sudden, I'm involved in this robbery and I paid somebody.
But Laura, nobody, I have not heard one fucking person validate that story. Not one person, nobody here is believes that story from what I understand. Nobody believes the story because nobody's seen proof of it. So, it's like, okay, she could say it until she's blue in the face, until I see proof that actually happened, that somebody actually got robbed and Laura was the reason why. I don't believe the story, I don't. So I don't even put any, I don't even validate the story because I don't discuss it or talk about it or even think about it because I have no idea whether it's true or not. I mean, I tend to lean towards it's not true, but I don't know. I've never seen proof either way. So, and I think the majority of people have heard the story feel the same way.
To do this robbery. Like, are you kidding me? Like, why would I pay someone to rob you? Like, what am I, a fucking mob boss here? Like, for real?
Oh, you did kind of pretend you were a mob boss a couple of years ago, but that's besides the point. Laura, we know you can't afford to pay somebody to rob somebody. I mean, I know that.
Like, who does that? Who even thinks like that?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Yeah. So what I was saying yesterday was like, I don't care if people like me or don't.
CK, she absolutely fucking thrives in turmoil. I mean, there's no fucking question.
Like me, but this is just wrong. It's just plain out wrong.
I mean, a lot of my friends here will agree. Like they're gonna be like it. A lot of them feel it's both wrong.
See, nobody is this is the thing though, like nobody in her chat is gonna give me the fucking credit for like saying any of this shit, like, because I just think at this point they're both fucking just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck it is, let it go. Let it go already. Like, and don't involve me in it, please, anymore. Both of them.
Both sides are wrong.
But I haven't done anything. That's the thing.
Right.
I ignored her for 2 years.
Bullshit. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. Laura did not ignore her for 2 years. You know, we all knew who she was talking about when she would come on live and be like, oh my God, this fucking psycho bitch. You know, saying that she has her pictures, saying that she has her information, you know, threatening her that she's going to dox her and all this shit. Like, we all saw that. So, like, you did not fucking ignore her. Did you ignore her for periods of time? You know, sure, you would ignore her for like maybe a month, and then, you know, you would come back on and say something about her again and call her psycho and call her a stalker and, you know, oh, I'm afraid she's going to kidnap me and put me in her trunk and, you know, all this crazy shit, same shit you say about anybody that criticizes you. But, you know, we all knew who you were talking about every time you said that, Laura. So, you know, you didn't just completely fucking ignore her. Because I'll tell you right now, when I was friends with Laura, I know she wasn't ignoring her then. Okay. And I used to tell her to just ignore her. And it continued like that when we weren't friends. So I mean, you're not telling the truth here, Laura.
Maybe even more, 2.5 years. And I think I've addressed her a handful of times, which is pretty damn good.
Laura, you addressed her way more than a handful of times, dude. Way more.
Good for someone that's lying about you every single day and putting out video after video after video. I had one of her channels removed for harassment. For some reason, they're not looking at this one. Gen B is trying. Me and Gen B have made a truce.
And look, I'm not defending this lady. I'm not. I'm just being realistic in the situation.
But, you know, everyone's tried. For some reason, YouTube won't look at this channel. I don't know why.
Because it doesn't get views, Laura. So it's not a priority.
Okay. All right. Well,
but it's
and the same goes the other way around. Okay, her friend that she lets in her chat all the time has doxed my family, doxed my kid. Okay, and she fucking lets her in her chat. Her fucking channel's been removed multiple times. She keeps coming back like a fucking bad case of fucking herpes, and YouTube doesn't do anything. At this point, I don't even fucking care. You know, let her have her little fucking channel. Like, it doesn't bother me. Nobody fucking watches her anyway.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, I saw what she did to Pink. So, and this was before you. I saw what she did to Pink. So that's why I'm like, well, it seems like she's kind of doing the same thing to Laura that she did with Pink, except it's actually worse with you than Pink. Because Pink really didn't retaliate. And
that's why eventually she probably gave up on Pink, because Pink handled it differently than Laura is.
And you have retaliated.
See how Laura doesn't, you see the difference there? Pink didn't play into it the same way that Laura's been. And that's why there's a different outcome in the end.
I really haven't though. I mean, contacting somebody to find out if it was her, like even when I reported it yesterday, I said, look, this is all the information I have. She claims it's not her. I know it's her.
Reported what yesterday, Laura? You didn't report anything.
She's like a 71-year-old lady. I know you guys are probably looking at me like, why would a 71-year-old? I don't know that answer because she needs a 5150. I don't know.
So continue to call her psychotic, Laura. That's helped you in the past in this situation.
But, you know, for some reason, because I don't retaliate and I don't go hard at her, like everyone's telling me, just dox the.
She has though. Oh my God.
Fuck out of her. You know, be done.
Don't do that, because then if you do that, you're gonna be.
I know.
Don't do it. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Okay, because that's what I did, and look at all the heat I got for it. And I didn't just dox. I doxed the fuck out of Sparrow. Okay, so just because Sparrow doxed me, eye for an eye. I've always been that way. But this is a person that's been around a lot longer, and I think that it would just intensify everything if you doxed her.
No, I'm not going to. I mean, if I would have done it a long time ago. I never even gave her sister-in-law's name, but that's why the whole Rob story was complete nonsense, because I never even gave an address.
So Laura, everybody else here, moderator just wrote, creators already addressed the tropical gal thing a year ago and the community ignores her. Laura has said nothing in over 6 months. All of a sudden it's a problem. You can't fool us. That's so true. Like, I don't hear any other creators saying, oh my God, Laura paid for this robbery. Like, I don't hear anybody validating or believing this story anywhere. Nobody. I haven't heard one person validate it. So, like, I don't know what, like, I understand it's frustrating when somebody's lying about you, Laura, but like, that's the internet, people lie about me all the time, so I get your frustration. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, at this point, it's like, either people believe it and the people that don't, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it, unfortunately.
Nobody can pull the house and I showed 2 houses. I said, she's in one of these. And nobody can pull it like you can do like a Google.
That's not true. That's not true at all, because there was a creator on here a couple of years ago, right? She didn't share her name. She didn't share anything, but she would go live and she would go on camera and she would sit in her kitchen. Well, the people found out who she was and were able to get her information just by her fucking kitchen, just by looking at the background of her kitchen. They found her house and then they got all her fucking information. So that is completely untrue, Laura. And you know that.
Image search, right? You can't do that from a computer screen. So
Right.
that's why the whole thing was absolutely ludicrous. But she's got people buying it, and she's got people believing that all these people
So Laura's trying to justify showing a photo of somebody's fucking house on here. Like, really, Laura? You shouldn't do that, dude. If you were really scared of this woman and thought she was gonna like kill you, why would you do that?
contacted her and sent her that I burned some. Bitch, sit down. Like, please.
Bitch, sit down.
That I've doxed so many people. What, 4
So
years ago?
Can
Laura, come on, girl. Come on.
you confirm though that you didn't show that house until, you didn't contact your family member until after she said she contacted your insurance agency?
Yeah.
Even if Laura wanted to contact a family member to verify the information, why did she need to tell the whole internet about it? What did she think that was going to do?
She contacted my.
Laura's been doing nothing but trying to threaten this woman with her personal information for like years now. Years. So, I mean, whether you fucking think that Ballet Babe's wrong or not, okay, or psychotic or not, or whatever your opinion is, I mean, put yourself in her shoes for a second. If somebody was constantly fucking using your information against you, what do you think? How do you think that would make you feel? I mean, that's what Laura does. So, again, I don't look at her as this fucking innocent victim in this whole thing, because she's just not, dude. She's not.
Insurance agent back in 2020. I just recently, this year, is when I contacted her. When I contacted the family. This has gone on since 2020.
Laura's been threatening her with her information for
Okay.
years now.
Maybe even 2000.
Years. It's been years. I know that. I've been listening.
2019. And I didn't say a word. It just so
This didn't even happen in 2019.
happened. This started in, like, I started firing back this year, 2023. So it's been 4 years.
So,
Dude, that again is not true. I wish you would have got called out on this, because it's just simply not true, Laura. You did not just start firing back this year. There's nothing that aggravates me more is that when somebody just goes up on a panel and lies and nobody fucking calls them out on it, And again, I'm not blaming Alicia because, maybe she doesn't know the whole story, but this is just blatant bullshit.
what have we always said as creators, y'all? If somebody's consistently,
And if you don't like me for fucking calling out the fucking truth, I mean, so be it, but I know what I've seen and what Laura's done over the last couple of years involving this situation. And she has not just innocently sat there and hasn't done anything at all. She always fought back.
making content, I don't know.
Here's somebody like Laura in her chats, okay? I've seen this person in her chat, and he said, Laura always fought back. And you're 100% right.
They are.
And by the way, I saw your comment about me saying you were Capone. I don't know if you're Capone or not, dude.
Does it mean I have to dox them? No. but I'm going to want to know who they are. I'm going to look into them.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, this woman's made 40, 50 videos, maybe 100. I don't know.
No, she's made like 600.
600
For no joke.
Yeah.
She's lit. If you look at her video count, it like 90.
I see Susie in chat. Maybe quit oversharing your life and e-begging.
99% of them are me. Plus, she had a previous channel with 300-400 videos that were all me. I think she had Jen B in there a few times at the end.
Okay. Yeah, I know. She went off on Jen B. Then she went off on a couple other people from the other side because somebody called her out a couple of months ago. So, I mean, I see that she's pretty on your nuts right now. She's got a boot to your neck. So, with me, I mean, she went at me, but she doesn't want to go at me. She said she wouldn't address me anymore. So.
And that, you know, when I heard you say that, I'm thinking to myself, so that's the answer. She just wants me to go hard at her every day. Then maybe she'll stop, because I can't think of any other reason why it's only me.
That's because
you're the only one, Laura, who keeps consistently escalating the situation. That's why. You know, I feel like if whoever else she's gone after, you know, they might give it a little attention and then they just like drop it and then, you know, it goes away. But you're the only one who's consistently called her psycho, consistently called her a stalker, you know, brought her up when times when like you didn't need to, you just bring her up, you know? So, I mean, that's why. I mean, you really don't have to ask why, because that is why.
Because you don't go hard on her. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. When you said that, or when she said that, I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? Maybe that's the way I'm going to get it if I go hard at her. Maybe that's
do it just on here.
I mean, no offense, Alicia, but this is bad advice. I just don't think that this is good advice at all. I think better advice would have been, and that's my opinion, but I think better advice would have been like, just stop fucking mentioning her at all. Okay. Ignore her completely. You know, maybe she'll still make the videos, but like, stop adding to it. Okay. This way it doesn't keep escalating. When you keep calling it out and calling her psycho babe and calling her all these things, you're just escalating the situation, you know? And again, you can't control her behavior. You can only control your own behavior. I don't think getting up on a live and fucking escalating the situation even more is going to really help anything.
I know.
Keep it only on here, you know? Alicia, I'm surprised you are taking her word. I'm a smart enough person to know who's bullshitting and who's not. Right now, the problem clearly lies with Tropical Gal. I know that Laura retaliates, but so do I. Does that mean I deserve harassment?
I mean, in a sense, yeah, if you're going to keep retaliating, then that person's going to keep retaliating, and and it's just going to keep going, and it's going to just keep escalating to like a higher degree. So yeah, you know, at a certain point, you might want to like stop, you know, if you really want it to stop, and if you're really scared for your life, you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you got to just say to yourself, you know, like, what's more important here, my safety or fighting this person and correcting their fucking lies, like on the internet? You know, what's more important?
Because I retaliate, y'all have to look at it from like, just try not to be so biased. Because, you know, I'm seeing it as
I personally feel like I'm not being biased. Like I'm trying to look at the situation fairly, okay, from both perspectives. And I understand Laura's frustration in the situation. I get it. You know, been there, done that with people here. I've had the same thing happen to me with several other people, and it's frustrating and it's infuriating, and I'm not invalidating her feelings about it, okay? She has a right to feel the way she feels. But at the same time, I also see that Laura's lying here, and she's not, you know, this innocent victim who just sat back and fucking didn't, you know, ever say or do anything to add to the situation.
Tropical Gal's the problem.
Because this isn't like,
they're both the problem at this point, in my opinion.
This isn't, oh, someone talks shit about you one day, or someone talks shit about you a couple of times.
See, like if I was really scared for my life, I wouldn't be, you know, on the internet making the situation worse, fucking jumping up on panels, talking about it everywhere that I fucking can. You know, like I've been in that situation. I've been like kind of creeped out by somebody, and I've done my own fucking investigation in the background with other people, and you guys never fucking knew about it, okay? So I don't talk about it on here because it's not really wise to do that, because I know talking about it is only going to make the situation worse.
She's running around blatantly lying and saying that I had somebody robbed. And then she doubles down. Then she doubles down again. Then she doubles down again.
Sounds like you're talking about yourself.
And it doesn't end. 3 years. I thought it was 2, but I guess last year was 2. 3 years she came after me. I never said a word to her. 3 years.
See, oh my God, that's not true, dude. That's just not fucking true, man. Come on.
And I finally fight back, and I didn't even fight back that hard, but and
doxing somebody is not fighting back that hard, Laura. Really? I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much one of the most fucked up things you could do on here, right? Like putting somebody's personal information out. How much harder do you want to go?
Now
called her an old lady, you called her a psycho, you know, all these fucking things. Like, come on, Laura, you have definitely contributed.
All of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, well, you're just as equal.
This is what sucks, dude, because it's like Laura's being enabled right now to lie, you know, by not only her people in her chat, because like I know they've been watching, dude, as long as I have. I know they've been. I know they've seen Laura fucking retaliate on this woman several times, many times. Has she ignored her at times? Yes. But she's also always seems to bring her up all the time. Every time I watch a live of Laura's, Laura has to bring her up at least once.
No, I'm not. Not even close.
I could see that. So why don't you go live every day that she makes a video of you and just pull it apart?
That's what I'm going to have to do.
I wouldn't do that. If you actually want this to end. I just don't think that's a good idea.
Single fucking time she makes a video, pull it the fuck apart.
I don't see any other. I mean, ignoring her obviously doesn't work.
I mean, look, let's just be realistic. This lady's not getting that many views on her videos. I don't know how her views are on her channel, but you know, if she even gets fucking 200, I feel like that's a lot. You know, you're giving it a lot more attention than it actually deserves. You know, now people are like, well, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So they're going to go check it out now. Like, you know, you're bringing it more attention to it than it probably deserves.
She's one person that ignoring just does not work.
Yeah. And I wouldn't show any houses on lives or threat. I wouldn't call any family members. I wouldn't do any of that because we know that doesn't go anywhere, but just makes it to where you're even with her in a way.
I mean, just the other day, Laura's like, oh, she was bragging about having a picture of her, you know, just the other day, Laura was bragging about, oh, I have somebody who'll pay big money for tragedy pimps information. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Laura, you know, you go online and you say things like this. Well, I mean, you can't expect that people aren't going to be pissed off about it.
Okay.
Because that's one of her go-tos is trying to scare people with their information.
You know how that works, but I personally would just do commentary on our lives every day.
Don't do that.
But you know what's funny is there were 2 places that we were debating which one was hers, and she actually just said it on this video.
What?
I was like, confirmed. She said Tampa on this video.
Okay, yeah, but I wouldn't believe anything she says. I don't. I
she was getting 50 views. Now it's over 400. Yeah, see, exactly.
I think she's smart enough to just throw people off and say she's in Tampa, but really in another area.
There were 2 places that we knew for sure was her. Mm-hmm. We just didn't know which one. And that's why I'm saying I think that kind of confirmed it.
And if you do serve her, I would do it behind the scenes and not say anything about it on a live.
Oh, that's good advice.
Oh, I agree.
And surprise the shit out of her.
I agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, yeah, I'm going to have you serve and I'm going to call the police and make a report. Do it when they least expect it.
Did you get my email? I sent you an email.
No way Laura had to announce that. You notice how she had to announce that on the live, you know, did you get my email? She's like, that's where Laura's going to try to like further manipulate in the email.
I'll check it. I haven't checked emails.
Yeah, I said, if I'm not blocked, I did everything I could do yesterday and I'm just hoping that they pick it up and they do something. I mean,
when did she do everything that she could do yesterday? What is she talking about exactly?
YouTube's not doing anything, so I'm hoping this other route does something.
YouTube doesn't do shit. I mean, they got somebody eating panties right now on lives right now.
Eating what?
Panties, women's panties, and they allow him to have a platform.
Who?
It's some guy that's fucking almost in this community. He's disgusting. That's allowed on this platform, but they'll, and so I know they're going to allow Tropical Gal.
Who brought him in his community?
I'm not going to say their name, but he's a fucking pervert, and he buys soiled panties that are 3 days old, and he puts them on his face on a live.
Ew.
So that's what's happening. If they allow that trash in this community, they'll allow anybody. I'm convinced.
True.
So yeah, don't put his name in chat. We don't need to give him any attention. I wish Queen would call him out, but that would just bring more attention to his channel. So let him just go die with venereal diseases.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure she'll call me out, but just commentate on her shit. Anytime she makes a video about you, just pull it apart. Go live about it and stream it, or make a video. That's what I would do.
When she kept putting you on private before, I'm like, Alicia, keep going. She'll get rid of all her videos. Keep going.
Yeah.
See, when Laura said this, I felt like, Laura's like, ha ha ha, I got my way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just, I feel like that's part of this is like, there's a few things going on here. Laura wants to cause a divide. Like, you have to understand, this is somebody who like capitalizes and is an opportunist, right? So anytime they see a situation where they could like gain an advantage in any situation, they do. That's what she does. I've seen her do it a million times over the years. When Laura sees an in to take advantage of a situation so that she could gain from it, she's going to take it no matter what it is, So that's why, I personally, I'm not, look, Alicia's got to do what she's got to do for herself. And, I'm not mad at her. I'm not upset with her. I'm not going to judge her on this. But, from my perspective, right, I get frustrated watching this because I know how Laura operates, and I know that she's just the little in, right? When you give Laura an inch, she takes a fucking foot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Alicia's like, yeah, I'm going to make a truce with Laura. Laura's like, oh, good. Now she's going to use this to her advantage, where it's like, I'm going to start emailing her so I can manipulate her. I'm going to go on her panel because she wants to inflame. She wants to get everybody in the chat mad at Alicia. You know what I'm saying? For having her up on the panel. And she wants to be divisive, because that's like a second advantage to her for making this truce. It shuts Alicia up, so Alicia don't talk about her anymore. And then, there's more. She's going to take advantage of every opportunity she has to divide and conquer in the situation, And I understand what Alicia was saying, we're not going to let her do that. But I'm just saying, it's the intent that's there, her intent is there to do that, So it's like, and most people see through it. Most people see through it. It's just frustrating to watch her doing this. And I know what she's doing, I know exactly what she's trying to do in this situation.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do this one and we're going to see.
Because when she sees that somebody has the slightest belief in her, right? Then it's like, she just wants to go on and gaslight until she gets the person completely fucking entrenched in her shit, and believing her, everything that she says. She feels like, oh, if I could get Alicia to validate my story here, maybe more people will believe it,
She probably, I don't know. I think she addresses you in this one. I'm not sure, but I wanted to stream it. She didn't take it down yet. It's still obviously, up because it would.
But this is how, that's another way Laura could I totally got off track there, but that's another way Laura could take advantage of this. She's like, Alicia's now going to be Tropical Gal's target, so maybe it'll take the attention off of me. You know what I'm saying? That's how her brain works.
I'd say private by now, but I mean, yeah, she kept taking them down. Anything with my name in it, she took down. That's so weird. That's so weird.
I feel like Alicia should be thankful about that, honestly.
Because she's very confrontational with Laura, but she's not confrontational with me.
I think that's because she probably liked you, Alicia, prior to, you know, maybe you criticizing her.
I guess there's nothing left to do except go hard. I mean, I don't know what else I've tried everything else.
You haven't really tried everything else, dude.
Mm-hmm. Is going to war for this piece of shit. I'm not going to war for anyone, y'all. Stop.
Nor have I asked anyone to go to war for me.
The people that hate
She doesn't have to ask, but, you know, she's going to try to manipulate that.
Laura the most are in my chat showing respect to me. And then I got people that are coming in that I've never seen before coming for my neck. Take your boots off my fucking neck. Respect my
Hold on, I just want to read this person in the chat, in Alicia's chat. Sorry, y'all, I can no longer listen to Laura be the victim to someone she called psycho for 2 years and fed right back in it. Rather, Tropical Gal is right or not. Laura is no better, in my opinion. And yeah, exactly. That's how
my chat and respect me. Okay? Come on.
Yeah, Monkey. It's yeah, Ballet Babe. Felicia wants peace. Why is she now fighting with Tropical Gal? They had no beef right before this.
Grow up.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Grow up. Grow the fuck up. Come on. I'm not talking to you, makeup mobster. Talking to the people that I've never seen in this chat before.
Alicia, just faxes in your chat all the time. I always see them in there.
Questioning me. That don't even show me support. That never come in my chat.
I see Carla Ray in the chat. If the police, if my life was threatened, I'd call the police.
That I've never seen them before. And they're coming in here. Coming at me.
Just Facts is definitely an OG. Like, they've been around a really, 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 really long time.
My life was good. I would call the police too. But how are you going to call the police on someone when you don't have their identity? That's the thing.
Well, Laura says she confirmed her identity via the sister-in-law.
The other thing is too, though, and I wrote this in an email to you. All these people that hate me so much.
See, why is Laura writing about all these people that hate her so much? Like that's manipulation right there. Why are you talking about everybody else to Alicia? Like as if she has some type of control about it over everybody else. See what I'm saying? How she's a fucking opportunist. I didn't even remember hearing this last night, but she's an opportunist in that sense, you know, where she's going to try to brainwash Alicia like she's the victim in all of this, you know, and not just fucking, it just bothers me because I'm like, come on, Laura, you're not 100% the victim. I mean, look, Alicia's entitled to her own opinion about it, but I know what I've seen over the last, you know, few years, and I know that Laura is just not this like 100% innocent person who hasn't, you know, fed into this or fueled it in any way.
I've done so wrong. There is so much fucking worse in this community.
So here we go with the argument that there's worse people. So that means that we can't comment on her bad behavior because there's worse people that we should be commenting on. Like, it just doesn't even make sense.
Than me. So I don't know why I became this fucking scapegoat for people. But yeah, there is.
Laura, do you know what a scapegoat is? Like, that means that you're being blamed for everything that like goes wrong, but that's not the case, Laura. We're talking about, you're the one who brought this situation to light the other day, and then fucking dragged everybody else into it who had nothing to do with it, like myself, like Alicia, like Queen Bee, and Tragedy Pimps Exposed. I still don't understand why that person was added. Like, I really need to know why that person was added to this, but like that's not using you as a scapegoat, dude. We're addressing what you fucking dragged us into.
There's hella worse than me.
Hella worse, y'all.
And nobody says a word.
Okay, so
nobody says a word, really, Laura? You were just going on and on and on a couple of weeks ago. Why is everybody talking about Betty? Why is everybody talking about Marissa? Why is everybody talking about JLR? Really?
You know who wants a divide. It'll only happen if y'all allow the divide to happen. Okay? You have to do it yourself.
All right, that's true, but that's not the point. The point is that, Laura thinks that she's going to fucking divide people. She's up here, and it's infuriating to watch somebody just try to manipulate somebody else that you care about.
A divide. A divide.
Why does it have to be divided? It's fucking YouTube.
So Laura uses this excuse. It's fucking YouTube. All right, Laura. Well, why do you have to, it's fucking YouTube. Why are you getting all upset about Tropical Girl? It's fucking YouTube. It's like, you'll hear her when Barnyard comes up on the panel. Okay. And Laura's just like, well, that's Molly. That's just how Molly is. So we should just accept that that's how she is. Right. But Laura, we all have to make a big deal about Tropical Girl. Instead of just, it goes the same way, Laura. We could just be like, well, that's Tropical Gal, Laura. Sorry.
Okay. But it's not Jones and it's not just Laura. Yeah, Laura retaliated in a way that's not ethical.
She retaliated a lot, though.
Okay, to YouTube. But have you looked at Ballet Babe's content? Why don't you go look at her content? Tell me what's ethical then.
And this is a
And
second.
I think that's why people are getting so upset with Alicia in the chat yesterday, is because, I think the people who have seen Laura nonstop, okay, mention this woman too, that, it's not what she's saying. And I think that's why people in the chat were getting so frustrated with her, is because, it's not like Laura's just been sitting back ignoring it all the time. That's just not the case, and that's frustrating because it's like, we've seen her, dude. We know what she's been doing.
Channel, not the
we know
first
the little
one.
shots she takes. We know we've seen it with our own eyes.
This is a second channel that has all this, and she has another channel labeled "Info for the Police."
What the hell is she talking about? So
Right, but
wait a second. I didn't know she had another channel. I had that. That's news to me. So now Laura's directing everybody over to another channel now.
Purple Rain, like the divide will only happen if you allow it to happen. Okay, I've been friends with some of y'all longer than what I was ever friends with fucking Molly GoLightly. Don't do this. Don't let anybody do this. Can we just try to reason with each other right now?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Remy. It's been going on for years, dude. Hold on.
Come on.
I'll scroll up to Alicia's chat. I mean, Alicia's.
Huh? There's you're best friends with her.
Oh.
Right. I'm saying.
I figured you're still listening, Alicia. I hope you're not taking this. I'm not trying to criticize you, girl. I'm just you got to understand from our perspective where it's just kind of frustrating when Laura's up there trying to manipulate you. And I know that, she can't manipulate. You can only let her, only if you let her, but it's frustrating just to watch her try. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating.
Said she's the scapegoat for everyone and asked why. I was answering her in general. She does not take accountability.
I take all accountability for things I've done. It was 4 fucking years
that's
ago.
That's a lie, Laura. That's a lie.
Or 30 years ago. Wait, are you ever going to let me fucking live it down? Because I can tell you people that have done a hell of a lot worse and said a hell of a lot worse 3-4 years ago. Give me a fucking break. Just because I ignore people, all of a sudden I'm a scapegoat.
I think people see that Tropical Gal is a problem on both sides. We do see it, but a lot of people.
Okay, hold on. I just ran to my mailbox, so I couldn't pause. But I just want to say there, Laura does these whataboutisms, where it's like, don't look at me, look over there. Like, Laura, it doesn't matter if people have done worse, dude. You fucking brought this whole situation to fucking light yesterday. I think 90% of the people, maybe even more, in the community didn't even hear this video that Ballet Babe made. Nobody heard it prior to you bringing attention to it. I didn't hear it. Okay. The only reason I heard it is because you fucking brought attention to it. So of course, now people are going to be addressing you and addressing this whole situation. So stop pointing the finger for us to try to look at other people who are worse than you. You wanted attention. You got it, dude. Stop with the fucking whataboutisms. Well, what about this person? And there's this person and there's this person. You fucking brought attention to this shit yesterday. So now our attention's on it.
Feel that you are also part of the problem by bringing attention to her channel.
Exactly.
And now she is getting some views, and she grew
Now
in subs.
my fault for finally sticking, and I'm not yelling at you,
No.
but it's my fault after 3.5 years to stick up for myself.
The amount of years keeps fucking changing. And Laura, you have not just sat there silently for 3.5 years, dude. Like, stop. Just stop.
Okay, that makes sense. Give me a break.
Nobody said it was your fault, okay? First of all, you weren't even sticking up for yourself. You were trying to drag other people into this for some reason, which is fucking weird and doesn't even make sense. But it's like, okay, Laura.
Look, if somebody was calling me out like that and made a whole channel devoted to me, I would want to know who they are, and I would be fucking retaliating on them. I know how I am.
Anybody would. Don't let anybody kid you.
No. Anybody that I know that's ever happened where they made content, they called them out. So I know
that's not necessarily true, because there's a lot of shit I've sat here and just fucking had to bite my tongue and ignore it, because I just know that this person is not fucking, mentally stable, so to speak, and that me fueling it is just not gonna fucking do anything. So I ignore it as much as I possibly fucking can. Like, I really, 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 really don't comment on it unless there's a fucking reason, like today, because there was a fucking reason to bring it up and just to show that, this isn't only happening to Laura. Okay. It happens to other people too. And it really just depends on the way that you fucking deal with it, because, like Laura always says, you don't get to choose how people fucking react to your shit. Like, you just don't get to choose that. So, I mean, that's her own words. It's not mine. That's her words. So
it's happened to not me, but it's happened to other people. And no, it's not fun being called out every single day by somebody.
3 years without missing.
Right.
3 years.
Right.
There
3.5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. Laura doesn't know. She doesn't even know how many years it's been.
A person in any of these communities that could handle being called out and lied about every single day.
Look, I've been called out and lied about every single day. It happened to me by not one, but two people for like over a fucking year. And you know what? Let them fucking lie. Both of those people weren't even getting that many views, so it wasn't even fucking worth my attention. When it's really infuriating is when it's a creator that has 80,000 chats, 80,000 people in their fucking chat, okay, or in their, 80,000 subscribers, and pulls fucking like 600 to 1,000 people in their chat. That's when it's really fucking infuriating, But even then, I still fucking just laugh at it, because it's like, whatever, dude. You want people to believe I fucking drove by your house? What? Okay.
For 3 years.
Yeah, I've seen her go at you, but I also watched her do it to Pink. So it's two people. I don't know who else she went after. She would call one person out one day and then forget about them and go on to the next. I think she really fucking hates your guts and wants to see you D.
You're right. All because I took away a wrench. That's it.
He doesn't.
God, dude. That's not why, Laura. Stop it. Just stop it. It's not, the wrench thing is so like far fucking gone at this point in time that I don't even think that that's what she was necessarily upset about. Okay. I don't think it was about the wrench at all. Actually, I've never even heard her mention that part of the story. I've heard her talk about how it started, but it continued to escalate. I understand you keep going back to that, but that's where it started. But you just haven't, handled this in the best way from the very beginning.
She hates
take
your
responsibility for that.
Guts. Mm-hmm. Just like Molly hates my fucking guts. She really fucking hates you.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. She misses out the reason why she took the wrench and what really upset Tropical Girl. Yeah. It had something to do with this fucking, I don't know. I even like, I've heard story before, but Laura just didn't want to get on the phone with her and explain it to her. And I think Laura made that story up about the baby with the swastikas. Not that she made it up. I'm sorry. She used it as an excuse. Okay? She used that story as an excuse for why she didn't want to talk to her. But at the end of the day, I don't even think Laura really cared about that. She just didn't feel like talking to her and explaining herself. You know, Laura started calling her cycle. You know, Laura, well, not, you know,
Yeah,
like just
came
totally
to
went
her,
down.
except take a wrench and didn't call her. That's it.
Look,
Mm.
Look, I see how y'all upset in the chat, but thank you for being patient with me and respecting me. Okay. Now, Laura will probably get just as much heat when she logs off from Molly GoLightly.
She doesn't get word.
She will.
I don't think
She will.
she knows it's different. Like
Laura's like, it's different. We're not really friends with each other.
Molly doesn't hate you like you think she does.
Oh.
And I wrote this in a letter. Like, you know, Molly,
See, I wrote this in the letter. Laura's trying to fucking like make peace between Alicia and Marissa. Like she's manipulating.
She'll forget about it in 2 days. Like,
But I won't. Like, dude, she's lied about my whole fucking life, Laura. I can't forgive her. She's tried to lie about my friend's marriage to her husband.
So here's where you're really gonna hear the hypocrisy come out in this fucking like whole thing, okay, with Laura, because Laura's gonna sit here and make excuses for Molly GoLightly lying on people and like making up really fucking defaming lies, okay? Not like you know, one story that this woman said that nobody's even paying attention or watching her. This is lies that occur in front of chats filled with 600 plus people, you know, that are really fucking damaging and defaming, okay? That people might believe, okay? So like, but she's gonna sit here now and start making excuses for it.
Husband, you know, like she lies. I can't forget that. Like you and I, what you've done to me is nothing compared to what that woman has done to me. You know, it can't even compare. It's not even on the same level.
I agree.
With us, it's tit for tat. You call me a liar, I call you a liar. With MGL,
Laura's like, I agree.
It's fucking defaming what she has done.
And speaking of defaming, that's the other thing. I don't know why. Like, I don't ever equate you with Makeup Mobster, let's say. Or
really, Laura, you're always like, your buddy, you and your buddy. Like, okay.
Diane or Wendy. Like, you're your own person. I don't know why people, you don't, but I don't know why people think me and Molly are like the same person.
I don't know, Laura. Maybe it's because you're always like, well, me and Molly this, and me and Molly that, and me and Molly this. I don't know. Maybe because of that.
We're two different.
I mean, we know you're two different people, but I mean, you know, your behavior, you both have a lot of similarities when it comes to your fucking behavior on the internet. I mean, it's just the way it is.
People, we are polar opposites in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone thinks when I said, oh, we're a lot alike, I was only talking about the way we are on YouTube.
Well, Laura, wow. This just doesn't make any sense because she's like, we're nothing alike, but we're alike on the way on YouTube.
And I didn't know that it needed to be explained because I think everyone kind of knew that, or everyone in our chats knew it.
It didn't need to be explained, Laura. We all acknowledge that.
Because we are polar opposites. And I just don't get why everybody.
And I just want to remind you again how Laura's talking so innocently to Alicia without, like, you know, earlier I played just a little clip, just a little snippet of her live. I'm sure it was fucking worse than even what I played. But, you know, she was fucking raging out, you know, going after people's families, going after this, that, and the other thing. And here she is, ever so calmly on Alicia's panel. I'm the victim, you know, and it's like, oh my God, dude, that's why it's infuriating to people to watch this.
He just automatically assumes that I'm Molly just because I'm friends with her or friends.
Nobody assumes that you're Molly, Laura. Like, what are you even talking about?
With her or whatever. I don't get it.
I don't like what she did to my friend Laura, and I'm glad that you're on my panel right now because what she did to my friend is fucking criminal.
Bex, yeah, that definitely went through my mind last night. If you want my opinion, MG, I'll put Laura up to this. Think about it. I could look, girl. That definitely went through my head last night. Absolutely.
And you know that. You just probably can't speak up about it. But what she did, the barnyard was fucking criminal. And I wouldn't let that go either. That's criminal. Look, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm telling you.
A lot of people were really frustrated listening to this last night. Like my phone was fucking blowing up last night because people were so frustrated listening.
It's fucking criminal what she does to women. I think she fucking hates women.
But what about tacos? It's tacos and one cent.
Well,
Okay, Laura keeps bringing that up, and I'm going to give you the most simplistic explanation of why not tacos. First of all, you don't know what's going on with her shit with that in the background behind the scenes, but I'll tell you exactly why. While tacos actually, and I've heard Barnyard and Alicia both several times say that they're upset with tacos, and they've acknowledged that. But I think the main reason is because yes, she sent the picture, but Molly GoLightly is the person who brought this to the fucking forefront and made it public. Okay, she publicized it, made it public, and said it in front of a fucking chat full of thousands of people. That's why it's not tacos. And why is it focused on Molly GoLightly? She's the one who came on here with the lies and all the bullshit. They're mad about Taco's part in this, okay? But she's not the one who brought it to the public, okay? That would be your friend, Laura.
She gave tacos away, and when she can give me proof that tacos, I'm talking proof, right? I want the text message. And when she gives me proof, I'll forget all about Molly. But I need to see proof that tacos sent Barnyard stuff in my stuff.
Okay.
When I do that, I'm charging tacos. You heard me?
I will get you that because I'm telling you, it was tacos. I remember.
God, Laura, cough that thing up already.
I remember Molly saying, "Wait till you see what tacos sent me." I said, "That's okay. I don't need to see it."
Right.
And then, so I know that it came from tacos.
So here's Laura throwing a friend under the bus.
Tacos, I think, even admitted it. It wasn't Molly. It was tacos. That's why I don't understand why. I mean, why Barnyard was getting
wrong for here. Okay. When I find out that it's tacos, I'm going after her legally.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
Laura's
The
trying to
police
minimize it.
department said that we needed to find out who shared.
Sorry, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my shit internet right now. Something's up.
And I said it was a person named Tacos. They said they need some proof. They need a text message or an email stating a raw image of my bare boobs went to Molly GoLightly. And that is revenge porn. That is straight up revenge porn.
But how else would Molly have gotten it?
From nobody else.
I don't think anybody was debating that it came from tacos. Like, I don't know why Laura's even having this conversation or argument right now.
So hey, Alicia, she Barnyard wants you to drop her a link.
Yes, there you go. I mean, if once I get that evidence in my hands and Barnyard gets that evidence, that's all we need. It's to drop that to our police department because we have the same police. Well, she has a different county, but we're in Mississippi, and that's how Mississippi law works. We got to have proof, and it needs to come from the person that sent it to Molly. If y'all can help us with that, I won't talk about Molly.
Okay, what actually happened was, first of all, I didn't send Tacos and them any pictures. The pictures that Jen, Taco's wife, is the one that did it. Jen is the one that got on the Marissa's live and added all kinds of crazy shit. And Marissa and her both knew they were lying. They just were saying shit just to be saying it. But the pictures, when they started describing the pictures, because I knew I'd never sent them any. I wasn't worried about anything. I figured if I know Jen and Tacos has said several times that she's nothing but a pathological liar. So I figured she was just going to freaking Google some pictures and send. But I wasn't worried about it. But when Marissa starts describing a couple of the pictures, now some of the ones that she described has nothing to do with me. But when she started describing a couple of those pictures, I set up and thought, okay, whenever I was dating before I married my husband, when the guy I was dating before that, I had taken some pictures and sent to him, and they weren't gross pictures, but they were very provocative, and I had sent them. And when Marissa started describing a couple of them, I thought, wait a minute. So I thought that sounds familiar. And then she went on describing some about somebody having an orgy and all that shit and having a clit ring and all that. So I knew those weren't, and I thought, what's going on? So it took me about a week to figure it out. But when Jen and Tacos got married, I filmed the wedding. So when we got home from our trip, they were bugging me. It was in between, we went at, between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, they were blowing my phone up, wanting the video of the wedding. Plus, Marissa, one of the videos were hilarious because Marissa was so messed up she couldn't freaking really talk, and we all started laughing, and it pissed her off. And so Tacos really wanted that video. Well, I sent it to her. I emailed the videos to her and Jen, both separate emails, Jen's email and Tacos, and they kept saying they couldn't get them. They couldn't open it. So I asked Kay Smalls if she could, because I'm, she's a lot more tech savvy than I am. And I sent it to Kay Smalls just like I did to Tacos and Jen. Kay Smalls called me up and she said, you've got to give them, because all my pictures back up to my Google Photos. I back everything up to that. So Kay Smalls said, you've got to give them permission, give them access to your folder, that you've got the pictures in. I didn't realize when I gave them permission to all my photos.
Oh, God, that sucks.
I didn't know that. I had no idea that they were able to access all 80,000 of my photos. So they took, I guess that's how Marissa got the pictures. I don't know. But Jen, if she had any, it wasn't from me sending them to Tacos and them. The shit that Marissa said up there never happened. I never made out with them. We kissed. That was it. Look, I have never denied it. I was going through.
Barnyard, I got a question. Something just popped in my mind. Are you sure that Molly wasn't just talking out of her fucking ass and that
I'm positive.
Oh my God, dude. Laura, seriously, dude?
Never seen it.
He's trying to explain it right now, but you're not listening.
No, because other people did. I mean, I'm sorry. Other people said that they did see it. I've got messages, Laura, where people in her Patreon, Justin. Oh yeah, you should have heard Justin talking about my snatch. And oh yeah, you should have heard. I mean, yes, it was Laura. I'm telling, and I did go to my police. My police here says we're overworked. First of all, I'm going to have to go through Texas. I'm going for Tacos and Jen.
Wait.
And
you gotta have in Mississippi. You got to
right.
have.
Right.
Dude, I would throw my phone against the wall if it kept playing that fucking ring jingling noise. Oh my God.
Solid evidence. You can't.
And at the time when that happened, Laura, I did all I could do here on my end without hiring an attorney. But I've got something else going on. Something else happened right at that when all that shit was going down with Marissa. Something else happened in my personal life that I've got an attorney retained for, and that takes precedent over this bullshit.
And she
and I've got, there's proof. So as soon as I get this little obstacle over with, I intend on it. I mean, I had to make a Kik account day before yesterday to be able to go on there and freaking report Marissa for freaking talking about my shit again on her freaking Kik account, because it's not cool, Laura. I don't talk about her like that. I would never talk about another woman like that. It's criminal. It is criminal what she did to me.
But I'm just saying, Molly talks a lot of shit. So I'm just wondering if, like you were saying that you never sent a photo. So I'm just thinking just maybe she was totally talking out of her ass.
No. And then she was like, she was getting off on it. She was laughing and she was making it sound like I was gross. And now she's saying that I cheated on my husband.
Yeah. You see, that's where it's a fucking problem, because it's like, she wants to humiliate Barnyard, and she wants Barnyard to fucking how do you prove this? She shouldn't have to fucking show pictures of herself. She has every right, if that's what her and her husband want to do together, or whoever, want to do together, take pictures with each other in that way. That's their fucking business, She didn't send these pictures to anybody on purpose, so for somebody to just go and take them and then spread them around, that's pretty fucking disgusting, dude.
I've never said shit like that about her and her, Adrian, but she's like saying that I cheated on
Jizz Candle. That's the name in the chat. I'm sorry.
my husband. I don't have
I'm really immature sometimes.
a loyal bone in my body. And Laura, you know, as well as I know, as well as I do, that I was a damn good friend to her. And you know that.
I agree.
My conscience is clear. I never did anything that should have pissed her off, and never did I do anything to deserve what I got. But the reason she did that night was because you had sent somebody had sent her a video that I was talking about Jake. I was talking about Jake, and that pissed her off. Laura, I have never said anything negative or derogatory about that young man. He is a good kid.
I don't think she ever would. Like, I don't think Barnyard would ever say anything about her kid.
Would never talk about her son like that. So she goes off of somebody in chat telling her that, and then she loses her shit and calls tacos in them, and then the rest is history. So it's completely was uncalled for. And then the next morning, when I wake up, because this happened at 2:30 in the morning, Laura. When I wake up the next morning, my phone is going off. I'm going to my mother's, and she gets back on her live, and she demands me to come up there. Well, I did, and we got into it. And then she called tacos. It was just a mess. But this went on for 2 or 3 days, her talking shit about, trying to humiliate and destroy me is what she was trying to do.
100%.
And if it had not been for the man that I'm married to.
Okay, and so here's Laura trying to make like excuses, even if it was just her just talking shit, okay? It's damaging. She was trying to damage her in some way. So Laura wants everybody to care about, fucking tropical gal saying whatever she says about Laura, but nobody should care about this, right?
It could have, if I had a job, if I worked out in the public, it could have cost me my job. It could have cost, she tried to humiliate me and destroy me. And
the police told me it's what she's doing is illegal, but they got to have proof where it came from.
Yeah. I talked to her police up there. Yes. It's just wrong, man. It's wrong. And she still does it. She still, talks about the pictures, calls me a pig. And, I don't give a shit. Laura, I really don't care. I'm going to be honest with
you. I'm not Molly.
Okay, Laura, so use that same logic, okay? You fucking called a truce yesterday between me, or the other day, I don't even fucking remember anymore. Me, Alicia, Queen Bee, and fucking Tragedy Pimps Exposed. I don't know why, but you called it, and it's why, Laura? Why? It has nothing to do with us. You sat there and blamed me for fucking this lady's behavior. That has nothing to do with me, Laura. But here you are using the same fucking defense. And you're right. It has nothing to do with you. You're 100% right. But you're doing the same thing to us. They're just explaining the situation to you. And you've commented again, it does have something to do with you when you sat up on your fucking live the other day arguing with Barnyard and telling her she's crazy and obsessive and all this other shit. When it's like, girl, she's been fucking humiliated in front of fucking thousands of people. She has every right, just like you have every right? To be upset with Ballet Beef. So it's like, Laura, you're a fucking hypocrite, dude.
Right. But
I know that, but you're running around, Laura, making me look like a fucking crazy person for talking about it.
Yep.
I'm making you look like a crazy.
Because you're saying that
it ain't just a river in Egypt.
Because you're saying I'm obsessed. Laura, you've been doing it. You've been making it look like that I've got a problem because I can't let go of Molly. I keep hanging on to the past. I need to let it go.
That up there,
Laura, you don't realize
what fucking argument with her about this, telling her to let it go. It's not that big a deal. Stop talking about it. And then here we are a couple of days later where Laura's fucking trying to drag everybody else into her bullshit.
What was done? You obviously didn't see and hear what she did.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, if you had, you would not. I don't think
Mute your fucking Ring app.
could publicly
Well, you're
go on
fucking not
other people's
alive.
channels or go on your own and say that I am upset.
Someone else's panel.
The other day, I don't get it. I get it.
Really?
Well, if the
Huh?
police even spoke up and
There's
said
always
what
an excuse when it comes to Laura's behavior.
Molly did was illegal, then it's illegal.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not Molly.
Yeah, I know, but it was it was
I'm
wrong.
not fucking tropical gal. Alicia's not tropical gal. Queen Bee is not tropical gal.
What she did. It was probably
And I'm not holding you responsible for
That's probably the funniest comment I've seen all day. Laura's brain ain't braining. It's not.
it.
it was
What
20
bothers me?
times worse
She's totally void in empathy, Jess. That's why she got fired from her job.
than Tropical Gal did to you. All right.
What bothers me, Laura, is that you go on. You make it look like I'm an obsessed bitch. Over
Here's why it's worse. First of all, she did it in front of thousands of people. Okay. She got 80,000 subscribers. And clearly there was people actually believing it. Okay. Because we've heard other people discussing this and talking about it. And they actually believe that it's true, what she's saying about Barnyard. Justin has commented it. You know, they've all validated it. Other people have seen the pictures. Nobody's sitting here validating Tropical Gal and saying that her story is true or anything like that. So that to me is why it's worse.
over that bitch, and that I need to let go. I need to let go and quit talking about it. I need to
Yeah, Purple Rain, I'll text you after and tell you what happened.
get over it. That's what you've been saying. It's not cool. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you or anybody else. And if anybody had ever done you like that, I promise you, I would be the first one beating my drum in defense of you.
Yeah.
I would. I stand up for what's right.
Women. Yeah, women.
I stand up for what's right, and I don't stand up for what's wrong. And Marissa goes as low as she can go. Look, she didn't have anything on me, Laura, so she manufactured shit to try to hurt me. That's exactly what she did. I know what she was doing.
Yeah,
Sounds like her MO.
making up people, characters that she's speaking with. Okay, ain't nobody from my real life speaking with that bitch. Okay, but that's what she did. Ain't no ex of mine talking to Molly. Come on.
All right. Can I just tell you, Alicia? I saw the text. There was
She
whether
made
it
it up.
was or wasn't. There was someone that contacted her that linked back to a real profile.
Yeah,
Now,
but no.
whether it was real or not, I
It
don't
was-
know.
So not only she shared, wow.
No guy, look, I'm not trying to say anything, but no man cares enough. Like my exes, when they're exes, they're all married. None of my exes is contacting her. And I don't have an ex named Mike.
Okay. It totally could have been a troll. Even she
It
said
was a troll.
she
So Laura acknowledges that even Marissa said that, but that didn't stop her from coming up here and fucking trying to act like it was a real person. Wow.
didn't know if it was real or not.
When my ex, like when
This just goes to show the level of lying and scheming that goes on between them behind the scenes.
we break up, it's a done deal, Laura. It's not like an ex-husband or an ex-fiance. Ain't no ex of mine
But see,
contacting
For what
her.
it's worth, Alicia, it was kind of cute.
if she didn't know if it was true, or not, that was just like the all the stuff on Mallory. She didn't know if it was true or not, and people told her it wasn't, but she still put it out like it was the gospel. She
First of
doesn't
all,
care.
That's Marissa.
Wait,
I know.
So here we go. That's Marissa. That's Laura's excuse. That's Marissa. Well, Laura, that's Ballet Babe. That's Tropical Gal, whatever you call her. That's her. So just deal with it. That's basically what you're telling them right now, is to just deal with it because that's who she is. Wow.
No, but you're defending her. You're taking up for her. You're giving her a platform.
Wait, let me speak. This person said they were with me in the last 2 years and I was lying about my candle business. I just started my candle business a year and a half ago. I wasn't with nobody in a year and a half. That's how I knew she was lying, and it wasn't a mic.
She wasn't lying though. There really was a
So it
text.
was a troll that contacted her, she thought.
And she even said, I don't know if it's a troll or not. I said, first of all, the whole New Orleans
So she doesn't know if it was a troll or not, but that didn't stop her from getting up on a fucking live and trying to convince everybody that it was really Alicia's ex.
is not watching Alicia. So that's fake right there.
Right.
But she really did get a text message. Like I read it. She really did get it.
Okay, so it was a made-up troll because there ain't no guy contacting nobody. First of all, there is no Mike, ever a Mike. There was never a Mike, and she said the name was Mike. I never dated a Mike.
Like I said,
Wow, this is unbelievable.
it was kind of cute.
And Laura's kind of throwing her right under the bus for being
Oh,
a
all right. But I mean, for him, you know, that person or whoever contacted to lie and say that when I had to dox out insurance, transcripts, business licenses. So as an indicator, that should have been a strong indicator that person was full of shit. But I mean, I haven't dated anyone since I started my candle business.
No,
Not
I
seriously.
just felt he was full of shit when he said that, oh, and we have all of New Orleans watching. Give me a fucking break. That all of New Orleans is not watching her. Give me
I
a
only go to school in New Orleans. I don't live there. So that is also ridiculous. And when she said that, I flipped the fuck out. Oh, we have somebody in New Orleans watching her. I'm like, what?
No, he made it out like there were a lot of people in New Orleans watching. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh man.
Like you're like a big celebrity and everybody's watching you. Okay.
Yeah, ain't nobody watching me. Not that they got anything to watch. I don't have much of a life.
No, that's where I knew it was bullshit. I was like, this is a troll. This is bullshit.
So Laura knew it was bullshit, but she didn't stop her friend from going up on a fucking live and lying about it.
I mean, I appreciate you at least hearing our rant out because this actually almost went legal, but because we didn't have the proof where she got it from, we couldn't do anything. She's in Pascagoula and I'm in Pearl County. So because of where we're located at, Mississippi requires more evidence in order to go forth with any kind of legal
I
shit.
not only went to the police department where I lived, I went to the police department in the town that I was raised in and grew up in. And I mean, I went to 2 police departments. Trust and believe, I did whatever I could other than hiring an attorney. I did hire an attorney, but it was for something else, and that took precedence over this. But because look, I know who I am, and I feel like most people on here know who I am. I think my reputation and my morals and my integrity speaks for itself. And I get that. I had so many people tell me that they stand with me, and I so appreciate. There's so many more better people and good people around here than they are bad, but there's a good bit of shitty people. But it's just not right. And the reason I've been so vocal about it is because I was determined to make sure or try to prevent her from doing it to other people what she did, because it's like
I'm just speeding this up a little bit because
gets worse each time she does something. She goes a little lower. You know, I mean, it's like she gets worse, and she needed to be booted from this damn platform. She did not deserve to hold up. She thought she was untouchable, and she needed to go. And I'm glad she's gone. I don't give a shit. I don't have anything for her. I have nothing for her. And
how do you think this is going to go down?
Will never ever be able to be okay with her again. I mean, you know, I'm letting her go.
100%. Laura facilitated her behavior to sell her candles. 100%.
Go up for my own good, but I would never be okay with Laura. I mean, with a makeup, whatever her name is, sloppy Molly. But she's a piece of shit, and you know, my conscience is clear. I know the kind of person I am, but it's beside the fact. Those 1,000 people that were in her chat, and the Justin and the Jillies and the Love of Scorpio that was freaking supporting it and calling me a predator and all that shit. They don't even know me, and you know they're going to go off and. So those 1,000 people that heard.
So there you go. There was people in there validating this lie, and Laura has no empathy. Not once do you hear Laura say, "Sorry, you had to go through that, Laura." Sorry, Barnyard. Not once. Not once.
Heard that, and all the people that reference my bush when they see me now and they talk shit about me. That's why I keep talking about it because it was wrong.
Yeah, you brought kind of like comedy into it to lighten things up because it got intense, and I understand that because it was extremely humiliating for that photo to fall into Molly's hands. And God help you, Tacos. God help you if Molly never gives proof.
Molly said Tacos sent it to her. Like, I'm not giving any like private info.
And also to boot,
the Tacos gave it to her.
I need
to boot, Laura. They took a picture of me when I was vulnerable and asleep, and I was naked in bed. They took a picture of me, and so apparently people in the streets knew it for a whole year before I never knew anything. Who would do something like that and then turn around and use it against somebody? That's fucking wrong, man. That's just wrong.
That's illegal. That's revenge porn. She's using it to humiliate you. That's how the police explained it to me.
As long as I can. Thank you.
Right. You there?
I'm here.
Not once does she even say that sucks. Alicia was sitting here sympathizing with her, okay, over fucking Tropical Gal. Not once does Laura say anything to show any type of empathy towards the situation that both of these women went through?
Oh no, I mean it's revenge porn. The police had to explain why and how it's revenge porn, because I couldn't even really, I didn't understand it. It had never really been done like that to me, but they explained how it would be revenge porn. Okay, she covered my nipples. They were ready to arrest her as soon as they saw the video of her covering my nipples. They couldn't arrest her. He said the only way they would make an arrest, right? They would have to find the proof of who sent the raw image to Molly to exploit, and that's Tacos. So now I need not just her word, I need a text message to prove that that image went from somebody's hands to Molly's hands, and that all I need is that.
I don't know about yours. I know that that Tacos is the one with Barnyard. I don't know who sent Molly yours.
Oh, no, Molly admitted that Tacos sent her
Alicia just told you, Laura. Have you been paying attention?
my image.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I need a text message that it's coming from Tacos or an email.
Molly's saying it. Oh, her videos are gone.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's clipped somewhere because Penelope actually sent it to me. So, but yeah, I need that, and all I need is that, and I will go forth and press charges on that fucking bitch. I know her wife has cancer right now, but I won't. I don't care because I was humiliated for a whole year, and so is Barnyard. That's all I want. That'll bring closure for me. I'll forget about everything else. I won't forgive her, but I'll move on.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I can't guarantee anything, but I'll see what I can do. I
That's
don't think Molly
cool.
keeps messages though.
Huh?
I don't think Molly keeps messages.
Why, Laura? Because she says she doesn't.
She's got an Apple. All that shit can be backed up.
Yeah, if you back it up.
Yeah.
It backs up automatically, dude. My iCloud, all my shit backs up to my iCloud automatically, like every night. So
She can back it up. I can back all my iPhones up that I still have. So, I mean, I would love if that can be provided, because that will take, well, it won't really take all the heat off of her, but it's going to tell me, that I can go forth and do what I need to do, because I'm not done with Tacos. I think she's a disgusting piece of shit. So
I agree.
yeah, she's garbage. And the only reason why she ran over to Molly is because she was exiled from this side.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I don't know why Molly had her back, but she's a piece of shit. And whatever Molly's sending her, if she's sending her nude images, she's going to send it to her next enemy. She'll that's what she'll do. She fucked with the wrong one though, because I'm going to do whatever it takes to fucking come after her.
I don't like Tacos, and it's not a secret. I think she's a shady bitch, and I think that what she did with the suicide thing was fucked up, and she's just a shady bitch.
even though Laura had a similar fucking plan that she spoke about
Oh yeah.
that involved her minor child at the time.
Yeah, no. And the drugs, sending drugs in the mail and all of that. Yeah. So she breaks the law that way too, not just the other way. She's just dirty. Fucking dirty. Yeah. So I'm not done with her. I've kept my mouth shut because I can't legally do anything without proof. So
I'll see what I can do. But I'm just going to tell me she no longer has those text messages, but I can try.
Yeah, with threatening to head out Nini's info last month. That's what I thought I heard, Steph. When she went after who's got background noise? Maybe let me just make sure that's off. Okay, yeah. Steph's in here, and Steph said that Tropical Gal threatened to out Nini's information.
She did. She also threatened Nini. She threatened that she was going to give Capone's info to anyone that asks, which she got Capone's info wrong if they think Capone is a record. So they got the wrong person, but he's got such a common name anyway.
Yeah.
And again, I don't agree with that either. So
anyone that crosses her, she threatens, or not. I mean, Nini never even crossed her, but anyone that goes against her, she's going to dox you. Her imaginary husband is going to get you. Her imaginary husband got your imaginary IP address, and she knows who all the troll. It's insane.
So if your husband existed, it would be unethical for him to do that, being on the job. Just saying. If he was an actual detective, it would be unethical for him to pull IP addresses from YouTube, even though YouTube has military grade security. And
you cannot pull an IP address from YouTube. First of all, YouTube won't give it to you. You have to subpoena it from them. I mean, that's just how it works. They don't give out IP addresses. You can't do shit with an IP address anyway. Everybody's always like, oh my God, IP addresses. You can't even do anything with an IP address. First of all, there's a lot of people use VPNs. So it's going to go to like a it might not even go to the right place to begin with. But, the most an IP address is going to do is maybe give you a general location, like a state that you live in or something, So, I mean, if you're on a VPN, though, you could say you're in fucking Russia. So, I mean, you're not getting an IP address from anywhere on YouTube. It's just not happening without a fucking court-ordered subpoena.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
Right. It's not happening. Nobody's pulling an IP address from a YouTube channel except for the FBI.
Yep, that's what I said. I said that on a live. I said, trust me, she doesn't. I forgot. Maybe it was Quinny before her and Quinny were fighting.
It's Queenie, Laura. God.
And I was like, Quinny, it's physically impossible. YouTube is on such lockdown that you absolutely cannot get an IP address from YouTube. You just they won't allow it.
My son, that's what he's doing in school, computers.
Oh, that's one place we could all agree.
Shit, programming, whatever you want to call it. But he had to tell me that. I had no clue because I don't know any better. He's like, no, mom, ain't nobody pulling IP addresses. They can't. The only people authorized to do that would be the FBI.
Correct. Cops can't even do it.
Nope. Local chambers cannot pull.
The FBI can't even do it without a subpoena. They cannot pull your fucking IP address without a subpoena for your fucking information.
Oh, I mean, and then if somebody emails you, of course you can find it then. But if they have, what are those called? To protect IP, then you're kind of screwed. But police.
This is like in the news and shit because it's a big problem. With these social media companies like not giving information to police and stuff. It's a big topic of discussion.
You could find out behind a VPN,
I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, she's full of shit on that. Look, I know people can't stand Laura, but I see clearly that Tropical Gal is the problem. So she can go on and on about me, but.
And look at it like this too. I was thinking about this when you and Barnyard were talking. I'm not saying the actual, there was no sex involved, no sexual pictures involved, but the concept of somebody's lying about you every day. Somebody is trying to trash your name every day. Somebody is not even trashing your name with logic, just trashing your name with lies. And
logic.
Granted, it's not over a porn picture. It's over actual crime of robbing somebody's house, paying someone to rob someone's house.
So here's Laura, feel bad for me, even though I showed no empathy towards either one of your situations.
People need to think of that. People need to think that, okay, so Barnyard's really, really mad because Molly's trying to trash her name and Molly's doing this and everyone's mad because this one's doing this. Imagine for 3 years, somebody lying about you.
Here we go. Laura's like, I got to be the victim again.
And Molly on me. Molly's lied about me for about 3 years. We're going back.
Where she's lied about me for 3 years too. She's repeatedly fucking said, my husband cheated on me. I'm miserable with my life. I drove by her house. She's lied on me for fucking 3 years too.
So I get that, but Molly didn't make 400 videos about me either.
Exactly. And say that you were involved in a major crime.
No.
That you paid someone and that that.
But nobody believes that, Laura. That's the difference here.
And it was, at first they didn't have proof it was me. Then it was, oh, there's proof. My husband found out. And, you were point on what you said about, it's public information. No, her secret ass husband made sure that it's not public information, even though she never met this person. I mean, she's just out of her mind.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. All I could say is just do commentary on every motherfucking upload. And I don't think she's going to like it very much. That's all.
Don't do that. Just don't.
Think.
It'll be funny if she puts me on private every time.
She will if you're doing commentary on her. I don't think she likes it very much. Some people can dish it and they can't take it. She's one of them.
That's very true.
Right. There's a few of them like that around here. So
yep.
One of them's on your panel right now.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you for having me. Check your email.
All right, I will. Thanks.
Laura's like, make sure you see my manipulative email. All right, I'm done playing this. I just fucking I had to show the contrast between the earlier Laura where she's bugging out and fucking saying all these fucking horrible things about me and fucking Queen Bee and everybody else that didn't accept her fucking stupid truth. Okay, and then this, it's like it's unbelievable, unfucking believable. Like Laura, you ain't fooling nobody, girlfriend. You just aren't. Laura talked crap about this theme. Hold on, son. I would never entertain that piece of shit. No way, no how, no amount of money, non-negotiable. Yeah, that's why. To me, look, and this is, again, just my opinion. It's not even worth having a conversation with her, because here's what's going to happen. I know Laura well enough to know this. If I would have got on the panel last night, 2 things are going to happen. Actually, 3 things, because Jules went up there and tried to fucking approach her and Laura just didn't even say a fucking word. It was just crickets, She tried to confront her. Laura just sits there quietly, right? So if it's not that, either she's going to scream over you, because if you don't agree with her and you're not buying her bullshit, she's just going to scream over you so that nobody else could hear what you're saying. So, why am I going to put myself in that position? Or she's just going to sit there, and try to gaslight you and make excuses up for everything that she's gone through. And, she's not going to hear you out. So, and then she's going to start trying to point the finger elsewhere, just like she just did. I mean, we just watched it. We just witnessed it. So to me, there's no point in even trying to have a rational conversation with somebody like that, because you're not going to get through to them. You're just not. But I mean, look, to each their own, Alicia's got to do what she's got to do. I got to do what I got to do. It's like this whole thing was just so blown out of proportion. you know, in my opinion. And I don't appreciate personally being dragged into it, okay, and blamed for this, other person's behavior and the things that they do and say. Because I've never once on my channel validated any of it, you know. I've never sat here and been like, yeah, Laura fucking planned a robbery and all this shit. Like, because I've never seen proof. I don't know if I even believe the story myself. So why would I even put that out there into the universe, you know? And even if I made a truce with Laura, it's not going to change this woman's behavior, dude, towards Laura. It's not going to change her feelings towards Laura. Like, I don't know what her fucking thinking was in that yesterday, where she thought that somehow offering up a fucking peace treaty is going to change this woman's behavior. The only thing I could think of is that Laura was thinking, if I make a truce with somebody, right, Ballet Babe or Tropical Gal is going to get mad at that person for making a truce with me and focus their attention on that person. So it's kind of like Laura was fucking, she wanted a ruse over here. She was like, oh, Ballet Babe will go after those people for making a truce with me. I mean, that's the only way I could see it benefiting Laura or making a sense in any way. She was trying to, switch her focus onto the other people, maybe. Like, don't look at me. That's what Laura's always trying to do. Like, don't look at me. I'm not the worst person here. There's people way worse than me, So it's always like, let me shift the focus somewhere else. Don't look at me and my behavior. Look at somebody else's behavior. So, I mean, I really think that there's always an agenda there. And unfortunately, just due to the past and, my experience with her, like, she never really does anything out of the kindness of her heart or because she really just wants peace or anything like that. There's always some kind of benefit in it for her in the end. No, nothing will change her behavior. Nothing. I mean, she's like sitting up there like, I take responsibility for everything, but you really haven't, Laura, because you're still sitting up there saying that, I ignored this like completely for 3 years and I finally just responded. And that's just simply not the fucking case. I could probably randomly go back to any of your lives on your channel and hear you at least once call her Psycho Babe during a live or something. I mean, you definitely antagonized the woman, and then you had your people that follow you antagonizing her constantly, going in her comment section, I mean, so trolling the shit out of her, so like that just further antagonized her, Laura. And you have to know that. If I was you and you were really scared for your life, I would pull the reins in, tell everybody fucking stop antagonizing her, stop going in her comment section, Capone especially, maybe tell Capone to apologize to her or something. I mean, this is like, I'm giving you advice as if you're really scared for your life, like you say you are, and stop fucking publicizing this and talking about it on the internet, because that's certainly not fucking helping the situation at all. Don't you see Alicia not selling candles anymore as a motive for Laura's truth? I don't know about that, but I don't know if the candles have anything to do with it. I think that Laura just, I think, mainly the main reason she did this is because she just wants everybody to stop talking about her, like, and pointing out who she actually is. So, she's like, I want to call a truce. She's done this so many times in the past. She used to do it with Diane and Wendy all the fucking time. She would be like, oh, I want to call a truce. And it never lasted, dude. Never lasted. So either she'll fuck it up or somebody else will fuck it up. And I got to tell you, I don't need anybody fucking babysitting me. Yeah, exactly, Nana. You just said it. She just wants to control everybody. That's really what it is. Laura's got definite fucking major control issues. She wants to control everybody else. And it's just like, Laura, this is the internet. And there's a bunch of grown adults. We don't always act like grown adults, but we are grown adults, and you can't control everybody, so it's either, the only person you have control of is you. So you got to think about that and take that into account. You can't just go around acting however the fuck you want and then thinking that, everybody else has to fall in, your rule book. Like that's just not how the world works. Drama is her bread and butter. Tragedy Pins videos are true about her. I don't even know that person covered Laura. They did it first does not justify bad behavior ever. It's childlike, right? That's childlike thinking. If everyone granted the truth, no one would be able to speak on her, so she gets her way. Had nothing to do with Tropical Girl. Exactly. Yeah, right. It's like Laura just wanted her way, and when she didn't get it yesterday, you saw how she, kicked her feet. And that just makes me even more happy about my decision, because I'm like, you know what, dude, like, Laura, like your true feelings came out about everybody yesterday. So that just showed me that your truth and peace offering was bullshit. Okay. That's how you really think about everybody. And then God forbid somebody mentions Laura, you know, she's going to fucking be the victim for the rest of the world, like her life. You know, it's like, it just, you validated why I make the decisions that I make. When you go live like that, you know, I mean, if you were a grown adult, maybe you would have been like, you know, it's unfortunate that these people didn't want to make a truce, but hey, at least I tried. But that's not what happened. She goes live and she starts ripping me apart about my family and all these other things that have nothing to do with anything. What does my family, Laura, and me not speaking to my family have to fucking do with anything? Any of this? Nothing. It was just another opportunity for you to fucking be a shitbag to people. Truth is a part of Laura's cycle. It's all manipulation, all calculated for self-benefit. Yep. Totally. 100%. 100%. You know, that's like a manipulation, because it's like, oh, well, you know, here I am trying to offer peace. And if people don't take it, you know, it's going to make them look bad. Don't ever fucking put me on the spot like that in front of everybody. You know, if you really wanted a truce, then you contact somebody privately. You don't fucking put them on the spot like that in front of fucking everybody. And you know, put them in a position where it's like, well, now if I don't accept the truth, I'm going to look like an asshole. See, that's why she does it like that. You know, she thinks that she's going to put people on the spot and force them into this fucking truth, because, like, you know, people are going to look down on them if they don't accept it. Then it turns around and it makes me look like the bad guy, because, you know, I don't want to fucking, you know, make a truth and I want to sit here and continue and talk about her. No, that's not it, Laura. I don't want to make the truth because I know you're full of shit, you know, and I'm not accepting your fucking bullshit as part of a fucking truth or whatever the fuck. And I'm not 5 years old, dude. I don't even remember the last time somebody said that to me. Like, seriously. I think the last time somebody tried to make a truth with me, it was in like fucking elementary school. Like, if I want to commentate on something, I don't need to have people fucking babysitting me, you know, every day. Fuck that shit. I'm fucking grown. Yeah, she has no control. She's not losing control. She has no control. Lauren likes playing the videos of her and MGL fighting. The truth came right after to quiet you guys. Yeah, right. Did I play those? I don't even remember. But, you know, it's like, Laura, I see through you, dude. And that's why she got so mad yesterday, you know, and started going through throwing a fucking tantrum like she did, like a little toddler, because, you know, oh, make a monster, you're horrible, you're terrible, grow up, your family hates you, at least I fixed my teeth, you know, like, what does that even have to fucking do with anything, Laura? You know, if you want to commentate about something I said yesterday, that's great. But why are you talking about me not talking to my family? Like, I don't even understand what the fuck that has to do with anything. So stupid. She's a nasty woman. That mess she did yesterday was disturbing and disgusting. Yeah, I heard it was like even worse, but I didn't watch it. So I only saw, all I needed was that one little clip that I saw yesterday. And I was like, yep, I knew I made the right decision. You know? I haven't seen anyone allow Tropical Gal on their panel. Laura brought attention to the situation. She absolutely did. Absolutely did. All it means is I can't talk about her on my channel. Well, I see more to it, Alicia, because I feel like it's not, you know, me accepting that is accepting that, you know, Laura's version of the truth is real. Okay. I'm validating everything Laura said in that video, which is why I would never accept something without hearing it first. But I don't do truces. I never did. I don't do fucking peace accords and peace treaties or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I just don't do that. Okay. Because I don't need to be babysat like a fucking child. But anyway, you know, me accepting that is accepting Laura's version of events, and also accepting the fact that I'm somehow fueling this woman. Okay. And I'm just not willing to accept that, you know, like a truth. If she wanted a truth with me, then she shouldn't have lumped it in with this other bullshit, because that has nothing to do with me, you know? And to me, if you really want peace and truth with somebody, you do it privately. You don't fucking put them on blast, okay, and put them on the spot in public like that, you know? So no, thank you. I knew it was bullshit as soon as the first person, I got an email yesterday, right? I'm outside of not yesterday, it was the other day. I was outside smoking a cigarette at my son's hockey game. And I'm like, just looking at my phone. I open up my email and I see an email from somebody and they're like, oh, Laura wanted a truce or something. And I'm like, I didn't even know anything more than that. And I said, yeah, okay, that ain't happening. Just because I don't do that shit. But I didn't even hear any of the details until yesterday morning when I played her live. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, so I knew I made the right decision because I was like, I don't, first of all, that's like signing a fucking paper, okay, and not reading it. Like, I'm not doing that. But once I heard it, I was like, I'm like, no way. There's no fucking way. She's sitting there blaming me for this woman's behavior. And yeah, no, I don't know what I have to do with it or what a truce with me has to do with it. But, if you really want to make peace with somebody, you contact them like a grown ass adult privately and you fucking do it. You don't fucking blast them out on the fucking internet and put them on the spot in front of everybody. Fuck that shit. That's not how adults, work. Give me a fucking break. And then why? So Laura, she did exactly what I knew she was going to do when I said no, was that, oh, you aren't grown up and you aren't a woman enough and, all this other shit. And trust me, Alicia, if you said no, she'd be doing the same fucking thing to you too. If Alicia didn't accept it, she would be doing the same thing to Alicia. She'd be dragging her fucking across, the internet. Oh, she's not a woman. She's so immature. Like, no, Laura, I'm mature enough to make my own decisions. Okay. Just because I didn't accept your fucking bullshit, that doesn't mean I'm immature. It's just because I don't accept the terms to your fucking bullshit agreements. Okay. Meaning that I'm fueling this other fucking woman's behavior in any way, or I'm going to be responsible if Laura dies. Like, what the fuck? Hell no, dude. Fuck that shit. Me accepting that and saying, yeah, sure, Laura, I'll make a truce means that I was fucking in agreement with all this shit. No way. Sorry. I don't reason. Yeah, you don't reason with a terrorist. She really wanted peace. It would have been done in private, not with an audience like she did. Yeah, exactly. And make money off of it and put your chat on subscribers only. 5 minutes. Give me a fucking break, dude. I'm not stupid. That's why she got so mad yesterday. Because I'm not fucking stupid. She's angry. Because I didn't just say, oh, okay, Laura, let me give you your way. At the same time, what Laura's asking of me, okay, is the same thing that Laura does. She allows somebody in her chat that does the same thing to me that she's claiming Tropical Gal does to her. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. She doesn't try to stop this person. So why would I feel bad for her in this situation? This person has doxed my child on her fucking live and Laura allows her in the chat. And I'm supposed to feel bad that Laura is being lied about? Like, get the fuck out of here. She regularly says I threatened her life, which never fucking happened. But Laura accepts that. She allows that in her chat. So we all have to care about only when Laura's lied on. But, she doesn't have to care when it's other people being lied on. Like, no, sorry. She allows Molly GoLightly up on her fucking panel to lie about me. Laura sat there just 2 weeks ago while she lied about me. Why would I feel bad that Laura fucking, is being lied about by somebody? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I think it's just that Laura grew up maybe, having like everything handed to her and getting her way. And she just really doesn't understand that, like, that's not real life. Maybe her parents gave her a fucking way all the time when she was a little kid. I don't know. But, in real grown ass adult life, you have to earn respect, Laura. That's how you get your way. You earn it. You don't fucking just get it just because you're you. I didn't give birth to you, Laura, so I don't have to give you your fucking way all the time. Perp telling everybody to buy a purple flower and bury it? Why would you do that? That's so stupid. For summer? It sounds like a weird idea. Mega Mobster, so Tropical Sunshine has apologized, but will Laura go live to tell everyone? I'll wait. Oh, all right. So she apologized. No, she probably won't. She probably won't because she can't be the victim in that situation. She just can't. I didn't see her videos. I don't play her videos on here. So, I mean, if that's the case, you know, maybe they could bring this to a peaceful resolution. Because I'm not invalidating Laura. That's not annoying when somebody's making videos about you every day. I'm not going to invalidate that. It is. I get it. I get it so much because it happens to me too. It's part of the fucking territory that comes on here, you know, unfortunately. It's part of the risk you take, you know. There's just like, dude, there over the years I've been here, there's just those certain people that for whatever fucking reason they choose to not like you. They fucking, you know, get like a little obsessive about it, and they just go on and on daily, and then they start lying and making shit up. I've had it done to me. Like, I get it. I'm not invalidating her feelings in that sense, but you know, you can't control that. Like, so you have to figure out how you're gonna fucking deal with it. You know, I don't think Laura has dealt with it good from the very get-go. I just don't. I don't think she dealt with it at all from the very beginning, because I remember having a conversation with her because Nenny, I think it was Nenny C, used to come in the chat and tell Laura that Ballet Babe wanted her to call her. So finally one day I was like, Laura, like, what's going on? You know, because at that time I wasn't like, I think I had just maybe started talking to Laura again. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was like her and I had just started talking privately, you know, again. And I was like, you know, what's the deal? Like, what's going on with Ballet Babe? And Nenny, you know, because Nenny kept coming in the chat saying that, you know, and Laura's like, oh, you know, I took her wrench away, and you know, she wants me to call her, she wants to talk to me, but I just don't feel like talking to her. And she never told me about the whole swastika story. You know, she never told me that when I asked her on the phone. And so I was like, all right, you know, like, I don't know, it wasn't really my business, but I was just like, I remember seeing Nenny trying to get Laura's attention about it all the time in the chat. You know, she was trying to like tell Laura to get in contact with this woman. And Laura just said, all she told me was that she didn't feel like contacting the woman back. She didn't feel like talking to her. Then later on, she goes live, and I think Nenny came in the chat again and asked her again. And then that's when Laura came out with the whole swastika story. And I'm not saying it's not, you know, I don't know the story. I've heard it, like, I'm so confused because I've heard so many different versions at this point. I don't know what the real story is. Okay. That she sent this thing, and that's why Laura's Jewish all of a sudden, and it offended her. And I'm like, I never saw the video. Or maybe I did. I don't know. I don't even remember. I honestly don't at this point in time. But I do remember that, you know, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't she just tell me on the phone when I asked her why she wouldn't call this lady back? She didn't even mention that at all. Didn't even fucking mention it. She almost acted like she didn't know what Ballet Babe wanted, you know, and was like, oh, I just don't feel like getting on the phone with her. You know, like, I don't feel like calling her back, which is fine. Like, you have a right to not want to talk to somebody, you know, but instead of talking to the lady and explaining to her, well, listen, you know, Ballet Babe, I was offended. I'm Jewish. I grew up Jewish. Okay. I mean, because it would have been a very simple thing to do, is to get on the phone with her and said, you know what, I was raised with a Jewish father, and, you know, I found your video offensive with the baby in a Halloween costume, I think it was, that was dressed up as a baby Hitler or something, you know, and I took offense to that, and I really just don't appreciate that, you know, and talked about it like an adult. Maybe things could have turned out differently between them. You know, maybe it wouldn't have gotten this far. But no, she decided to like go public about it and explain herself on a live, and kind of embarrassing the woman, and not, you know how Laura is, like, she'll tell the story, but that girl was probably already blocked from her chat at that point in time. So she couldn't even come in and tell her side of the story. You know what I'm saying? And so from there on, it just continuously escalated. You know, Laura started calling her psycho and all this other shit. And then it went back and forth for, you know, a long time. Laura, yes. Did Laura ignore it from time to time? Sure. But she would very often call her psycho babe, you know, talk about, oh, I'm afraid this woman's going to kidnap me and throw me in her trunk. And, you know, that's embarrassing to say about somebody, Laura. So, like, you know, I mean, maybe you shouldn't have said all those things publicly if you were really, you know, that concerned about the woman and thought that she was capable of doing something like that. You know, like, why would you antagonize somebody who you think is capable of showing up to your house and fucking kidnapping you? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, Laura. Sorry, but it just doesn't. And, you know, we used to tell her to ignore it. But to be quite honest with you, I do remember from time to time Laura bringing her up, like I'm talking like in our conversations. I do remember her from time to time, just like, but not being so bothered, just being like, oh, that lady's nuts, and just like that's it, like not making a big deal. Why it all of a sudden became a big deal the other day, I don't know. I guess because she made that comment about the guy with the gun, but Laura says that the guy is imaginary. So why, you know what I'm saying? So just doesn't really jive. Doesn't really make sense. Oh my God, be freaking! I'm gonna just spit my coffee out. Laura, you're 6 feet tall. Nobody's kidnapping your ass. Yeah, right? I don't think she'd even fit in the trunk, to be fair, But like, she kept escalating the situation by saying inflammatory things, having people troll her in her chat. And that's, it's not like she just sat there quietly, dude, because she just didn't. Every time the lady would make a video, you got somebody in her chat trolling her, saying some fucked up shit to her. She knows it's coming from Laura because she doesn't really, get that many views or have that many other people that are bothering her. You know what I'm saying? That she's fighting with or having issues with. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Just, people come in. Somebody came into Alicia's chat last night and they're like, hey, Makeup Monster, do you ever self-reflect? It's an account that was just created in fucking April of 2023. Okay. With an obviously fake name. And it's like, dude, like, come on, like who is coming in here to ask me that? It's got to be one of Laura's people. It's Laura or one of her people. Well, in all fairness, I guess it couldn't have been Laura because she was on the panel, I think, still. But, it's probably one of her fucking subscribers that came in here under a fake name instead of just asking me under their real name, and it's like, like they're just coming into troll. And it's like, Laura, I know it's like somebody that has something to do with you. Like, I'm not stupid, bro. Like, I'm not fucking born yesterday. Like it's pretty obvious. We're talking about you. I'm saying things about you in the chat. It's pretty obvious where it's coming from. Who's fucking trying to start shit with me. There's a person in here, Adacor, last night, and I was getting a little frustrated with her in the chat. Although I think there was a little bit of a misunderstanding because she seemed very like hyper focused on like my opinions, and I'm trying to like talk to other people in the chat, trying to react to what Laura's saying in the chat, okay, and then she keeps asking me questions like, well, how do you feel about this and how do you feel about that? And I told her more than once, like, go to my live. Because like everything you're asking me right now was answered earlier today in my live. And I kept telling her that. And she just, she kept taking offense to it. But I'm like, I didn't mean it offensively. It was just like, I don't understand why you're so hyper focused about what I'm saying in the chat when there's like a million other people criticizing her. I don't know. It's kind of weird when people do that to me. And she's not the only one. A lot of people do that to me. And that person, I don't know. I used to think that person hated Laura, but now, I see them in her chat and she has a right to choose who she wants to be around, that's fine. But, I was like, I didn't understand why you keep asking me, go watch my live from yesterday and all the questions that you're asking me right now will be answered. Every single one of them. I shouldn't have to repeat myself, but I don't know why my opinion matters more than anybody else's in the chat. Just do that when Andre the Giant move and conk him on the head, Laura. But in all seriousness, if you feel threatened, please contact the police, have them take a report. Right. If you're really feeling that threatened, that's why I knew that was all bullshit too. If you're really feeling threatened, you don't go up on a live and start dragging other people into it, making truces with them. Like not once, right? Did Laura offer to make a truce with the person that she's feeling so threatened by? Like that's another way you could maybe solve the situation. Like, hey, could we sit down and talk about this with this robbery thing? Because like Laura's just got on here and just been like, she's a liar, she's a liar, she's a liar. Which let's just say there's a chance that this whole story is true. That Tropical Gal's saying, right? How would you feel if somebody kept getting on and saying you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, and you're not lying? So I mean, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just hypothetically speaking here. If it is true, Laura keeps insisting that she's lying about everything. I mean, do I think it's true? No, I don't think so, just because I don't think Laura would ever have the money to pay somebody to go rob somebody. That doesn't even make sense. But, you keep calling her a liar. She's lying about everything. She lies about everything. She lies about everything, and it's like, that's just inflaming her even more. That's making her even more upset. but never once have you called her up and said like, hey, could you like let me know why you think I would do this? And like, is there a way that I could talk to you or talk to this person and figure this out? Because I would never, put anybody in harm's way like that. Instead, Laura's just like, she's a liar, she's a liar, she's a liar, she's a liar. Like, why don't we figure this out so we can move past it? I would never do that. I would never, put somebody in harm's way and have stage a robbery at somebody's house. She's never done that. Instead, she's like, let me show a picture of her house and her boat and call her husband fake all the time. And what else? Say that she's lying about her age and she's lying about this and talk about her yearbook, her high school yearbook, that I saw pictures in her high school yearbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, Laura, that's all the shit you've done and said on here to embarrass this woman and inflame her even more. Even more. She threatened the kids from her kids' school on a live. Yes, she did. She certainly did. Yeah, she's lying about having kids. She's lying about this. She's lying about everything. Like, dude, like, all right, maybe the story about the robbery isn't like true. Okay, 100%. But you're saying that she's lying about everything, Laura. She's lying about being married. She's lying about having a boat. She's lying. Like, who fucking cares, dude? You know what I'm saying? What does that have to do with anything? So Laura's tried to defame this woman just as much, in my opinion. And that's why it just keeps escalating and escalating. And if you felt that she was a danger or psychotic at any point in time, why do you keep going on and doing this to her then? You know that this is just going to make it worse and worse and worse every time you fucking bring attention to it. I mean, and try to fucking use her information against her. I just don't get it, dude. I don't get it. That's why there's no fucking way in hell I would let Laura sit up on my panel and fucking gaslight everybody or try to even gaslight everybody in the chat. I would not have been able to sit there. Like, I give Alicia credit. I know Alicia feels a little differently on this situation than I do, but I give her credit for not fucking jumping down her throat because I wouldn't have been able to sit there and be so graceful towards Laura and let her do that. I just wouldn't have. She would get no grace in my situation, on my panel, because I would have called her ass out. Been like, Laura, come on, dude. Like, you have not really handled this the best from the very beginning. Laura's like, well, ignoring her doesn't work. But it's like, Laura, you ignore her in between periods of calling her psychotic, doxing her, threatening her with her information, saying that you fucking saw her yearbook photo from like 1970 something, saying that she's lying about being married, saying that she's lying about where she lives, saying she's lying about her job, saying she's lying about how much money she has. So like, yeah, you've ignored her in between periods of fucking also trying to defame her as well. So come on, dude. Right. Law enforcement would tell you not to engage, period. End of story. There's no fucking more to say about that. Her chat is not nice. They're a weak echo chamber. Yeah. I just lost your comment, but yes. I don't know why I always pick like the comments that are on the top to read and then they like go out of view. Weak echo chamber and quick to block, the opposite of welcome them. Yeah. I've seen people come in there and just like not say, look, dude, like people can disagree with you in a respectful way. It's not like somebody's calling. I've seen people come in there and be like, well, Laura, but what about this? And they're not saying it nasty. They're just trying to like bring up a point. And she's like, you're too fucking stupid to be in here, and they get blocked immediately, if she even acknowledges the comment, like, well, people will say things to her. They'll just try to point out another perspective. It's not even like they're necessarily disagreeing with her. They're just pointing out another, perspective on things. And she's like, you're too stupid. You're a fucking idiot. Get the fuck out of here. And it's like, dude, that's not very welcoming, Laura. Like, you don't really welcome other opinions in your chat or points of view. I mean, it's not even disagreements. It's just like other points of view sometimes. It's not necessarily a disagreement. Super chat's not showing. You know what? Heels, now that you say that, hold on a second. That is, no. Hey, wait a second. Hold on a second. No, I don't see any super chats. On mine, you're saying? I don't see any. There's no, usually at the top, there's like a thing that says starred, and I haven't seen. Did somebody super chat me? That's so fucking weird. They were messing up her narrative with the truth, and that's unacceptable. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Just facts. I have the option, but I don't see any. I deserved my block in there by Tiffany, LOL. Well, yeah. Oh, God, she's definitely blocking everybody that comes in there. You know, like they don't even get a fucking word in edgewise. I honestly, like, I welcome the difference of opinions in here because I think it makes for a more interesting conversation. You know, there's some things like if everybody in here just agreed with me, it would be kind of boring, you know? So for me, I enjoy the interesting conversations that it brings up when somebody does disagree with you or brings up another perspective that maybe you didn't think of. Beefers, grow the fuck up. Tiffany isn't even hiding her ways anymore, telling Laura to dox the fuck out of people. Yeah, her mask fell off. It immediately came out of PayPal. Oh, okay. Thank you, Just Angel. I just saw her super, and now this thing popped up. Okay, it says starred on the side. That was so weird. Thank you, Angel. Tiffany, yeah, she's not hiding it at all. It's just getting old and obvious. Starting drama intentionally done. Yeah, totally, chick. You know, she is. She is kind of, you know, I think, you know, look, if you just look at everything the way it's all laid out, right? Loris, just a week ago was like, oh, I'm going to have to get 5 jobs so I could pay for my kids' college. And like all of a sudden this week, she ramps up the drama. You know what I'm saying? She ramps it up by trying to make it look like she's making peace with people, or she wants to make peace with people. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna hop off here. I feel like I was on here long enough, and there's not much more for me to say about this whole situation. I'm sure there's other people that have, you know, opinions about this, but I felt like it was like necessary after yesterday to just kind of show you guys the contrast between, you know, Laura in the morning when she's ripping everybody apart, and then manipulative Laura who jumps up on Alicia's panel and tries to act like, you know, this innocent website. This, I was reading Nana's comment. Thank you. Thank you, Heels. Laura could be using another device as out of course. She's good at multitasking. No, I think out of course. Thank you. Thank you, Just Angel. I think out of course is a legit person. She's been around a long time. I think she's a legit person. And I like her. I have no issues with her. I just thought it was odd yesterday the way she was kind of like hyper focused on my opinions, you know, in the chat. Anyway, but yeah, I just thought it was kind of important because it just showed, you know, Laura, you just manipulate people, dude. Like, let's just be real, or you try to at least. I'm not saying she's successful in manipulating people. I just think that watching her try is so frustrating. Out of course from my hometown. Oh, get out of here! I didn't know that. Anyway, so I will see you guys, you know, sometime soon. Again, if you ordered, I'm gonna try to get it out like soon because I won't be around for a couple of days. So I will talk to you guys soon. All right, I'll be around. Peace.